Yeah, he'd be a little bit prickly. I think he's done a magnificent job to get some.
He's been great as well.
They both have. Dick Nurse in particular, plenty of spunk about the way he goes about it, and I think that he'd beat Bristly. No, you will not find a greater competitor than Greg Popovich, and regardless, exhibition doesn't matter whether you're playing Tiddlywinks or in front of 52,000. If he loses, he's going to be a little narky.
Well, I think that's just part of the message that he's sending to his team as well. He said, we're here to win. I told you what to expect, but everyone's coming for us as a nation. But he's been great as well. They both have. Dick Nurse in particular, plenty of spunk about the way he goes about it, and I think that he beat Bristly.
I think it was a little bit more not a great competitor than Greg Popovich.
I think it's just one that really stuck. That's where he shuffled the starting five as well. We'll get to those in just a moment.
Well, I think that's just part of the message that he's sending to his team as well. He said, we're here to win.
That's a damn thing.
Everyone's coming for us as a nation. But he's been great as well.
Plenty of spunk about the way he goes about it, and I think you will not find a greater competitor than Greg Popovich.
Great to get the players more than edge in there from Canada, and Joe Harris, who are sort of seen as the best three-point shooter in the world. Read that earlier today, Andrew. And I know you two are coming for criticism. We've got 5 players in the Australian team that shoot the ball better from 3 than you two now. But I would have thought Scott Curry and a few of his cohorts of the Warriors. He won the shootout. He won the three-point shootout. We know what you're saying there, but let's talk about the starting fives for these teams, because the USA, Donovan Mitchell and Miles Turner are the only two who have played as started in all 3 games since they've been here in Australia. We're going to see Jason Tatum into the starting lineup for the first time, and he'll be in with Harrison Barnes and Kemba Walker. Tatum been held back a little bit in terms of the minutes that he's played, but he had 11 in game 1 and followed that up with a 5 points in game 2 on Saturday, just a field goal after half-time.
But these aren't heavy. The United States, as far as their scoring, Kemba Walker points a game over their 3 games, and Donovan Mitchell hasn't shot the ball as healthy a clip as Kemba Walker, but he's still been a potent force, averaging almost 13 points a game. And Coach Pop has really mixed things up and used a variety of different combinations. I suspect that he's going to tighten things up.
And for Canada, Kevin Pangos, Melvin Edgin, Tommy Scrub, Phil Scrub and Ken Birch will be the starters. So they've played 5 games here in Australia with 5 different combinations. But the big news that I mentioned, O'Shea Brissett is out. He pulled up lame after game 2 against New Zealand. He's injured and in some doubt for the World Cup. Of course, Australia and Canada in the same pool. He's been their leading scorer here. As we get underway here at Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney, and the USA working to the right of your screen, control the tip, and with a chance to open scoring as Kemba Walker picks up the dribble. Turner with it, back to Walker. Shot clock works to single digits. They were inside. Muscling up Turner with a high advantage over Edge and couldn't complete. Look at Kemba Walker get after the loose ball. Somehow took it away from Tommy Scrub. Mitchell turned down a good shot to get Tatum a shot. He fires unsuccessfully. They crash the boards. Loose ball. And look at the hustle from Team USA.
Not a good sign, not coming up with a couple of defensive boards, Canada.
Walker firing. They missed their first 3 attempts. They've got it back again. Tatum, this dry smile on his face at the moment because they're getting good looks and just can't come up with the goods so far. And here's Mitchell firing, and eventually he breaks the drought and took their 4th shot.
It absolutely kills you. Great defense. They switched on every pick and roll in that first possession. They had 4 goes at it. You just can't give up that many shots.
Pangos with it. Next to the elbow. Firing was Cam Birch. He couldn't come up with the goods. So now, Tatum, hands over. He got the knockdown the first shot, and he's going to knock down the second shot as well. Donovan Mitchell has now got all 5.
And with this lineup, they're playing Tatum as a 4-man. He comes down and shakes and bakes, drives, dishes, great assist for a 3.
Pangos against Walker. Birch, hands over. Phil Scrub firing, short on the rim, gets after his own rebound, but Walker was there as well. He's energised here, Kemba Walker. As Tatum comes up the floor. Penetration was good. Floater wouldn't work for him. Birch the rebound. Outlet pass for Tommy Scrub. Got his brother Phil, younger brother, in close quarters as well. 2 minutes played in the opening term. Pangos fires. It's off the mark. Canada none of 3 from the field, still looking for their first points. Mitchell, I left him alone. That's not a good sign. It did everything but tumble. Canada catch a break there. Canada none of 3 from the field. Working down low. Phil Scrub wraparound pass. Birch from close range. Can't connect. Now a chance for Harrison Barnes. Who takes them. I had the ball slapped out of his hands. Picked up there by Melvin Edgem. And Pangos wants to put it on the floor against Donovan Mitchell. Goes to Birch. Lost the handle. Has to retrieve it. Good job there from Phil Scrub. Eventually, but has to use the support of his brother. Shot clock rolls to single digits here. They've missed their first 4 shots. We've played almost 3 minutes, and Canada's struggling to get something happening at the offensive end as Pangos finally breaks the drought.
Wasn't great execution in any of that, but still able to find a way to get a shot. The last 3 possessions, it's been a no-pass offense for Team USA, just coming down and launching.
Mitchell exploring. Back for Walker. Shot clock works to 5. Good hands, Melvin Edgem just dislodging the ball.
We take a look at Donovan Mitchell doing his work. Very nice shooting technique. He's not going to die wondering. Donovan Mitchell happy to let it fly. And when you talk about
Tatum slides to the floor. Mavis stepped out of court and Canada get possession.
talking about who actually playing the 4 spot, you've nominated Tatum. I nominated Barnes.
Well, flip of the coin, really. They've got 2 point guards, and then they've got 2, 3, 4 men, and they're going with that mobility, and then the one big fella in the middle.
3.5 minutes played, opening quarter action. Pango. Oh, rejected! Miles Turner jumped up into the night sky and threw it out of there.
Speaking of big fella, right on cue, he throws it into the 5th row.
Pangos wasn't expecting that. The athleticism was outstanding from Turner. Here's Kem Birch wheeling and dealing, can't convert, loose ball. Walker's after it. Barnes quickly up the floor. Miles Turner joining in. Now guarded by Pangos. It's back to the elbow, feeds Miles Turner, bounces into Kem Birch, who stood his ground well and couldn't complete it. So the USA 2 of 8 from the field at 25%. Canada will take that, but they certainly don't want to be 1 of 8 from the field themselves. As Barnes goes to recount the 2, draws a foul chance to the 3-point play.
And Pangos he can do that. He can make those shots, but the time and place wasn't then. When you're 1 from 7, they need to get some ball movement, and that was the success of the Boomers on Saturday night. They moved people, they got good on balls, they really penalised the defence of the United States after men and ball movement.
great read, great kick ahead pass to Barnes too, finishes around the basket.
Barnes makes the extra, game high 6-point advantage in favour of Team USA. We played tick over 4 minutes here in this opening quarter. Poor pass, it was picked off from Tommy Scrub, Donovan Mitchell. Oh, he lost the handle on it though, and Tommy Scrub brings him back. Now Pangos. Skip pass, Edgem worked inside Tatum. Help D was good. Phil Scrub. Birch from close range over Jude. Well, it jumped out, he can't believe it. None of 4 from the field now, Kem Birch.
That's some good looks, Canada. The ball's just not dropping. And the United States so explosive and athletic down the other end. Defensive transition is going to be tested for Canada.
You're right though, Case. They've had a couple go in and out, particularly Birch. So they've really tried to penetrate, and we see Walker getting in the bucket then. That's 3 or 4 opposition. They've had some good looks.
That's it.
Canada, they just need to stay with it. We saw the USA start off like this against Australia. They're on fire. They made their first 4 shots, got momentum, but it's just about staying in the game.
Chris Middleton coming in. I love his game. He's just so smooth, shoots it extremely well. And that's what 5 years, 174 million US large. But that silky smooth stroke that Chris Middleton brings to the table.
Kemba Walker
Misses the first free throw there.
Been very good from free throw line, 11 to 12 in their first 3 games.
84% career-wise as well. So just going to see that to him, but he gets the back end, makes the adjustment. So played 4.5 minutes here in this opening term, and it's 9-2 Canada, lead by 7. And Canada 1 of 9 from the field and none of 2 from long range. Just not happening for them at the moment. As Pangos pulls Jaylen Brown out. I think it's a good screen from Kem Birch. Goes solo. Again, athletic rebound. Turner, though, was dislodged by Birch, but they're coming back again, the USA. Middleton with it. Donovan Mitchell. Elliott playing. Nice finish there coming from Miles Turner.
What a pass, though. Playing one pass ahead. Knew that was coming before he even received it, did Walker.
They've scored 6 unanswered points here, and Kem Birch finally puts a stop to it after missing his opening 4 shots. He's on the board. Middle stages of the opening quarter, USA by 7. Donovan Mitchell with it, getting close attention from Phil Scrubb. Steps back, draws the contact. More free throws to come here for Team USA. It's 11-4, USA over Canada.
Who are you? I am failure. Failure. I thought I defeated you. Perhaps. But more success sows more doubt. That doesn't concern me. Your weakness should concern you. I still remember how to beat you.
Attention. IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes, only $6.99.
Exactly. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Nice. But, what's up with your partner?
Not again. Nemo, that's your reflection. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Nurse, and he needs to be, because there's very little for them to hang their hat on.
Well, Case, one thing would be happy with is to say, well, if you're going to beat the United States, trying to keep them in the 80s is not a bad mark. And a few ticks under, we played 5.5 minutes and they've only got the 11. So that's a tick in that box. It's just down the other end of the floor. Missed a lot of shots they normally you'd expect them to make. 2 of 11, clearly that's not going to cut it. No, 2 from the 3-point line. So if they can just find a way to put the ball in the hole.
And the other thing, Drew, is the rebounding. It's 11-3 so far tonight. Only early, but they're really going to have to get a body on the opposition.
And given the fact they're 2 of 11 from the field at 18%, are you surprised that he hasn't gone to the benches yet? We're still running the starters?
Well, I think he's trying to get his rotation right. This is a very important game. It's about what lies ahead. And most teams are only going to have an 8, maybe 8.5 man rotation. So tightening it up right now, I expected Pop to do similar, but he's been pretty liberal with moving in and out players.
Oh, deflection from Mitchell. He doesn't like the call. He thought he'd worked it onto the hand or body of Phil Scrubb and out of court, but it's going to be a Canada ball.
I think he's right too, Case. I think that should have been a USA ball.
Mangos restarts. Phil Scrubb, one way, back the other. Left alone, fires, can't connect. Mason Plumlee onto the floor, grabs the rebound. So the board count continues to build. USA 12, Canada 3. Mitchell got it from Brown. Gives it across now to Middleton. He's lost the handle under pressure. Chance for Canada, and Middleton sliding in is going to be called for the foul. It's the first foul on Team USA. Canada has 3 so far.
Canada's looking a lot tighter on some of these open looks than they did against Australia and New Zealand. They were just money in that department. as soon as they got open. They've done a good job to get back and cause that turnover, though.
Certainly have, and Andrew Newhart, he's just come on, number 11. Really liked him in game 1 against Australia. A young man, still only 19 years of age, playing collegiate basketball at Florida.
He had 12 and 10 in that opening game against Australia when they defeated the Boomers by 20. Had 17 in game 1 against New Zealand as well. He's been very impressive. Of course, he was injured in the opening quarter of that second game of the New Zealand series, which they won in overtime, so we didn't see a lot of him, but he is back out there. And also as well, we saw Kaiser Kajami Keane was injured in the first game against New Zealand in that second quarter. Well, he's going to be sitting up and playing tonight as well.
Speaking to some of the coaches, Nembhard, word is that he's on a lot of draft boards as well, so he's highly regarded.
Pangos, hands over, on cue, Nembhard with it. We've got Plumlee looking a little nervous at the moment. Tries to shake and bake and the step back.
Not shy.
It wasn't pretty. Couldn't get it over the front of the rim, and Middleton leads the charge, grabs the rebound. Marcus Smart onto the floor as well. They've got a mismatch, Plumlee. Well, here's Joe Harris elevating and coming up with a miss. His opening salvo. Nembhard with it now. Edgem wide open, and he drills the three. The first success from long range for Canada.
Well, they were due 2 for 13 from the field before that trifecta. And they're going to need to make shots, no doubt about it. 7 points at this stage of the game simply isn't enough.
Middleton gives it up. Marcus Smart goes back down low. Jalen Brown a little out of control there. That was good hustle from Canada.
Well, we see this in transition. Really good trail into that three. Lots of momentum. The thing that Canada's done well to keep them into the game is they've forced 5 turnovers for the United States. Pop will not be happy with that many with 3 minutes to go in the first term.
Edgem did a great job there reading that and coming down for the double team. Great defense by Canada.
Big screen from Klassen as well there. As Pangos gets some treatment from Marcus Smart. Goes on with a dribble down to the baseline. Can't complete it. Now Klassen just getting into the back of Marcus Smart there is called for the foul. It's going to be the 4th team foul on Canada in this term, and they're all individual as Klassen gets his first. So you're going to have to be a little less aggressive now inside the last 3 minutes of this first term. USA by 5. Margin has been as big as 9. Scored the first 5 of the game. And Jalen Brown forced into a tough shot, but it's all the bottom of the net as he opens his scoring account. Nembhard gets it back from Klassen. 2.5 to play in the opening term. Whistle on the play. No continuation there as Nembhard knocks down the shot.
Both teams really focusing on a lot of penetration, one-on-one action. It's been a bit of man and ball movement, but most of the scoring opportunities are coming from one-on-one action, attacking the rim, coming off the bounce.
Brady Haslett checks into the game to relieve Pangos. Haslett, first game here. He played in every game of the qualifying series, the only Canadian player to do that in all 12 games, but had personal reasons to just be a late starter here on the Australian leg of their pre-World Cup tour. He's here now. And Jalen Brown's here, and now as well as he knocks down the 2 and draws a foul. That's exciting to watch.
Well, they get a little lost on his steps there. Great effort to be able to draw that foul and still knock it down. But same with the play before. As we see him in transition now, in the Klassen between him and the bucket.
I think there were a lot wrong. It was just the hands at the end. I think that when he brings those arms down, gets called for a little sneaky one.
So the margin into double figures. Tick over 2 minutes out from quarter time. Pressure up the floor as well. And Klassen drags it across halfway. Picks up the dribble. Now needs the help of Kyle Wiltshire. Nembhard. Good screen from Klassen. Goes on with the dribble. Feeds Klassen, who works inside Plumlee. Knocks over the D there from Marcus Smart, but couldn't finish it. So the shooting woes continue. They're 3 of 17. Mason Plumlee there is running out of real estate.
Do we not have flop warnings in FIBA?
No, we do.
Surely that was a flop.
Well, I think there was contact and a collision. Whether
You think that contact made him fall down?
Well, I've seen a lot worse, put it that way.
Both Andrew Gaze and Shane Hill know this territory pretty well here at Kudos Bank Arena. Having both Played for Australia here at the Olympics and also plied their trade with the Sydney Kings as a coach and a player. But at the moment, Canada having all sorts of problems at the offensive end. Just 7 points so far. Edgham looks to try and improve that. Can't do so. Rebound falls to Joe Harris. 17 rebounds to 4. The USA are killing Canada on the boards at the moment. Barnes, quick first step. Klassen did well to stay with him. Contact, no whistle. And a chance now for Canada as Nembhard brings them forward. Edgham rolls to the hoop. Haslett. Wiltshire, Klassen down low with a height advantage here on Jaylen Brown. Likes his chances, rattle around to the rim but wouldn't go. There's 3 field goals from 19 attempts. And at the other end, firing quickly, Middleton is off the mark. So inside the last minute of play here, term number 1 from Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney. Team USA with a double-figure lead. As Nembhard looks to make something happen, and does. Nice way for him to open his scoring account.
Great class, used his body well, and come off the 2 feet. Very, very nice move by the young fella. Poise.
5 fouls on Canada already in this quarter. Can't afford another one here. And firing, Chris Middleton can't complete it. Wiltshire gets after the rebound and now hands over to Andrew Nembhard.
Fair to say, neither team is in really medal-winning form.
You would say that, Andrew. I think you're right. 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock, which now rolls to single digits. Nembhard to the top of the key by Middleton. Haslett, his pass had too much on it for Klassen. Canada turn it over for the second time in the game. The US has 6 turnovers already. Kemba Walker's going to check back in for the last play on term number 1, and we're also going to see Tommy Scrubb for Canada return. First time tonight, it's Kazar Kajami Keane. He's had a good series here in Australia. Had double-figure points against Australia in both games in Perth, and then had 8 before half-time in game 1 against New Zealand before he was injured. So Kemba Walker with it. 8-point edge for the USA. Walker steps through the traffic, knocks down the shot and draws a foul. He's a genius.
I can't believe where they picked him up from. They allowed him to get ahead of steam against the Canadian guards. Have a look at this. This is in the front court already, so very difficult to stay in front of somebody like this. And it was like he lost control and then just flipped it up with a little tip to himself.
Whenever he gets ahead of steam, he gets downhill. Very, very tough to guard, and I'm with you. With such little time on, trying to put some heat on the ball, and just the fumble did him a favour, I think, in the end, and got a little lucky and flipped it in.
So a chance to extend the margin, and does that, just that. So it's an 11-point lead. Not a lot of time here, Nembhard. That's after the event. But the opening quarter on is well and truly with the USA. They've restricted Canada to their lowest scoring quarter in a week here in Australia. Quarter time from Kudos Bank Arena. It's the USA 20, Canada 9. We'll have more in just a moment.
Who are you? I am failure. Failure. I thought I defeated you. Perhaps. But more success sows more doubt.
That doesn't concern me.
Your weakness should concern you.
I still remember how to beat you. Attention. IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes, only $6.99.
Exactly. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Nice. But what's up with your partner?
Not again. Milo, that's your reflection. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
He spent 13 years dominating in the NBA and still is a top 5 scorer in New York Knicks franchise history. Carl Braun will be inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame Friday, September 6th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV.
USA Basketball on NBA TV is brought to you by Nike.
Time for USA Basketball's upcoming schedule, presented by Nike.
Basketball has been a game changer for me.
It's helped me grow as a teammate and a leader.
By establishing standards for youth development, USA Basketball is making a difference for players of all ages.
Through education and training,
They're helping to make the game safer
and more fun. Make sure your child is taught the right way.
Ensure you're the best coach you can be.
To learn more, visit usab.com or download the USA Basketball mobile app.
That, if you had said it, but 20 points have held the United States to it.
Yeah.
That is a great effort.
Not bad.
And would have given themselves a chance to seriously compete. They look tight to me. I think things will loosen up and they'll start to put some points on the board in this second quarter.
Have a look at this, Hammer. We're talking about perhaps zone defences, and it might be a head fake but United States coming out and certainly showing zone on the inbounds.
Canada with a possession arrow to get us underway. Term number 2 in the last game ahead of the FIBA 2019 World Cup in China. Canada and Australia play an opening pool game. Look at Nembhard taking on Kemba Walker. Enjoyed the contest. Can't finish it though, but the ball came back to him outside. This has slipped. It's 45% from deep in the qualifying games, but unable to knock that down there. And Kemba Walker, 4 points in that opening quarter, comes forward, feeds Barnes outside. Harris, penetration from Harris, off glass. He comes up with the 2, his first score in the game.
Just a bit of bully ball there, put the ball to the floor, get to the cup and make something happen. Great move by Harris.
He deboed him.
This is a chance now for Phil Scrubb. Again, shots just not falling. The Team Canada, Nembhard, Wiltshire from well outside the 3-point line, can't complete it. And an offensive foul is going to be called, or Joe Harris will pick up the foul. It was Harrison Barnes, in fact. You see, knocked down Phil Scrubb.
They just cannot find a way to pick up some cheap baskets. 4 of 24 now. They've had good looks too. Real good looks. Wiltshire is a very, very good perimeter shooter. Feet were set, wide open, just can't put the ball in the hole.
It looks we've seen them make in Australia against both New Zealand and Australia time and time again.
And a real strange atmosphere with an audience just coming to be entertained, and I'm not sure who they supporting. Almost full house though, like 18,000.
Nembhard.
Theatre goers.
Can't complete it. So the woes continue. They're 1 of 7 from deep. USA. Nice shot. Good D recovery there. Came from Haslett, but eventually they find the open man, Jaylen Brown.
Harris just on the board through Haslett to the ground.
Second foul then on Joe Harris, and he'll sit down. Jason Tatum checks back in. We're going to see Donovan Mitchell come back as well to relieve Jaylen Brown.
Tango's back in, and 1 for 6 in that first quarter from him. He's been impressive in his time in Australia, so he's going to put some points on the board. And he's had a chance to be able to sit down, have a look at the start of this second quarter.
Pango's hands over. Ken Birch working on Turner outside. Wiltshire down to the baseline. Tough. Oh, Turner got a piece of it, but it tumbles. Will count the 2. And Wiltshire opens his scoring account.
And that's a good take. You have to close him out hard. His specialty is the 3-point shot. So they did exactly that. Quick pull through and got it on the board before the USA had a chance to be able to block him.
Tatum. Penetration to the foul line. Can't convert. Loose ball. Wiltshire just worried out of it there by the athleticism of Miles Turner. He just stayed with it and did enough to force the error.
With the shooting woes Canada are having, I think, although they trailed by 11, that really this game could have been well and truly out of reach. So they're doing a decent job on the defensive end.
Elevation came from Mitchell. He's off the mark. Pangos gets it from Birch. Well, they left him at the top of the key. He can't make them pay, though. Loose ball. Tatum after it. Certainly seen a contrast here from the USA from the 2 games against Australia, where they were very happy to shoot from outside. Or Walker. He's coughed it up here. Smile on his face, but Kangos look away. Pass from Pangos and racing to the hoop. Points out of there by Phil Scrubb, and he gets his first points. Timeout called. 7:47 left on the clock here, and it's a 9-point lead.
It's time for a special announcement from Four Seasons Sunrooms and Windows. Transform your home and change your life with a Four Seasons sunroom. And watch this announcement until the very end for a special code for exclusive additional savings. And now it's time for Four Seasons. It's time for family gatherings, to stretch imaginations, to get together or find some time alone. It's time for a Four Seasons sunroom. And right now, Four Seasons has special offers that let you have it all for less money than you thought. With no money down and no interest for 12 full months. Call Four Seasons and get your free quote and information today. Thanks for watching. Now call the number on your screen and mention the special code TIME and receive exclusive additional savings on your new sunroom. Four Seasons. It's time.
I asked a question before we went on air and said, well, back in our era, who would we be sending? It'd be interesting to get your thoughts at some stage.
Well, I want to go myself in it. You'd have cracked 2. The value of the 3 ball.
Very physical game, though, Hammer.
Yeah, we like that.
Well, Trumps wasn't my strength, but
That's why we've got 4 players.
Well, Canada just starting to grab some momentum here. They scored the last 4. So we played a tick over 2 minutes in this second quarter. It's the USA by 9. We started this term with the US leading by 11. What was going to make, though, in the 2 games against Australia, almost half the shots the USA took in the first half in both games, half the shots were from beyond the 3-point line. At the moment, just 6 of their 21 are being taken from beyond the perimeter. So they're making it penetration more of a key, and Mitchell does it on cue, and the ball away, all the bottom of the net. Mitchell adds another 2. So he's got 8 in the game to lead all scorers. Marching back to where we started this term at 11. Phil Scrubb went for the passing lane. Birch did well to get that back from Jason Tatum. Pangos in a mismatch now against Turner. Walker late in arriving, but got there quickly enough to disrupt the shot. Now Donovan Mitchell. Walker down low. Tatum muscles his way in the low block. Nice spin move as well, and strength as he comes up with a 2.
you talk about shot selection. When you're 1 of 7, Pangos is an elite scorer. He can create off the dribble and create his own shot, but these last couple of threes have been real tough ones, particularly when your numbers aren't that great.
Here's Haslett, penetration, floater from him, off the front of the rim, loose ball. Turner got a piece of it. Came to Mitchell, now Kemba Walker with it, skipping up the floor. Mitchell can't complete it. Turner flying for the rebound. And he succeeded knocking it down out of court. Canada will restart, but not before Jaylen Brown checks back in, relieving Harrison Barnes.
Each team will go through it and they'll look at how other teams play, and Canada relying very, very heavily on the penetration and the on-ball screen. But when you look at the success that Australia had, is finding that balance between the on-ball action and the away-from-ball action, the cutting, the screening off the ball, just as important as what happens with the ball.
Well, no, and I think it's a good point, Drew. Ian. The American players would be used to being able to defend this many on-ball screens. They are not used to playing international basketball and defending ball and player movement like Australia did so well, particularly in Game 2, and they exposed them. And to put that many points on the board surprised me that Australia is getting more than 90 points against this USA team.
Phil Scrubb found some space down the low block, tip in. Turner. It's in the cylinder according to Michael Ayland.
Good call, I think. That's one of the tough ones, because once it hits the rim, you're allowed to hit it. But if it's below the rim, actually in the basket, that's when you're not allowed to touch it. Now, whether that ball actually did go below, that might be the arguable point, but that's technically the rule.
Michael Allen with the explanation there for Coach Popovich. Shot clock works to 10 here. We've played 4 minutes in the second term. Canada down 11. They've got some defending to do here. Tatum. Oh, Turner from close range. Adds another 2 to his tally.
He's got 7 boards tonight, Case. Been very active. Look at that on the defensive end as well.
One of my favourite players in this outfit, the way he goes about it, just picks up the bits and pieces, Hammer.
Well, they don't have a lot of depth in the front court,
no,
particularly in that 5 spot, so he's going to carry a big burden come the World Cup for not only minutes, but what he's going to be able to provide, both at the defensive end and on the boards, but also being able to chip in around this all-star backcourt.
Double-figure scoring in both games against Australia, Turner. 15 and 14 boards in their Game 1 win. Pangos gets the reply he was after missing 4 consecutive three-point attempts, and the margin cut to 10.
When they got that by Bournemouth, exactly what we're talking about. Made some great extra passes, and that's how Pangos can get himself into the game. And now we've seen one go through the net. It's the sort of player you would expect to string a couple together.
Mitchell hands over. This is Jaylen Brown. Firing over Pangos, can't complete it, gets his own rebound, stayed with it, disrupted the shot from Birch, but he got another opportunity, and eventually Jaylen Brown came up with a finish.
Just too many offensive rebounds. They're up to 6 now.
Margin at 12. Middle stages of this second term. Pangos. Nazar Kajami keen with it now. Looks for the penetration against Tatum, down to the baseline, overcooked the shot, Turner the rebound, number 9 for him already in the game. Canada has 13 as a team, to put that into context.
Wow. It was a good effort, staying in the play there and being able to come back. Really might have got that clean.
Miles Turner will get a rest and sits down, likewise Donovan Mitchell. It's a break. Some Plumlee checks in. Marcus Smart is back. 4.5 on the clock until half-time. And 9 in the opening quarter, Canada. They got 9 already here in the second. Marcus Smart, one way, back the other. Screen from Tatum. Rolling to the hoop there, Plumlee. Hasn't been able to get into the game, certainly in the 2 games against Australia, Mason Plumlee.
Well, it was a poor pass from Smart. He tried to hit Plumlee, who was rolling the basket. Tatum was wide open at the top of the key. His man was back creating a crowd against Plumlee. He would have had a wide open 3.
Wiltshire tried to get away from the D of Jaylen Brown, but his recovery was excellent. This is Phil Scrubb, the younger of the 2 brothers. He fires, he was backpedaling straight away as he knocks down the shot.
That unorthodox sort of game. Not a great athlete, but a good player. Knows how to put points on the board. We've seen it against New Zealand.
Inside 4 minutes to play. Turn number 2, Tatum. The pass for Plumlee was knocked down.
9 turnovers now, Case.
Woeful. Well, this Phil Scrubb feeling it. Lap of on Klassen. Got the offensive board, and the putback draws a foul. That's good, heavy work from Owen Klassen.
Great play from Klassen. I was going to say, Plumlee on the court. He's not going to provide a whole lot of offense, so you better play some defense, block out and rebound, or you'll find yourself back on the bench very quickly, I would have thought, from Pop.
That's right, and I think the turnovers are the real big issue for the United States team. They had 23 in the game against Spain before they came to Australia, and now, like we mentioned, already up to 9. That's really kept Canada alive in this one.
Well, incredible to think that they've got 23 points and 27%. They're only down 7.
Tatum athletically takes on Klassen. It can be foul prone, and that's going to be his 3rd personal. Number 3:28 left on the clock here until half time. And we're going to see Derek White check in for the first time. There's the plaster above the left eye. I spoke with him pre-game. 4 stitches he's had put in that cut when he stumbled in Melbourne and slammed his head into the floor.
Wow. That's a good look.
Kyle Kuz, he's actually made it. He was the one I thought might miss out on the eventual squad, but with Kuzma rolling his ankle, he's been...
That's a blow, Drewy.
That is a huge blow.
He has been impressive. I think they really needed what he was providing, not only from the three-point line, but his ability to be that mobile 3-4, good size, good athleticism, and defend all points on the board. He was a perfect complement to this USA team.
For sure. They're going to miss him shooting the ball exceptionally well in the couple of games he played in.
Averaged 17 and 6 boards for the Lakers last season. Here's Wiltshire, ball away, can't complete it. Aaron Best, undersized, but did well there to keep it alive. And the foul's going to be called Joe Harris. It's going to be his third personal as well.
Best is a bull. Plays like it on the offensive end, he plays like it on D. Looks a few little scuffles.
Yeah, looks real blue collar. Battles away on the boards. Picked up one there in the bonus. Goes to the line to shoot a couple.
So Aaron Best, 20 against New Zealand in game 1 and was everywhere. It was really impressive. Plays in Germany. Making things happen here in limited minutes as we head toward half-time. Took over 3 minutes remain here. And Canada trailing by just 7, shooting the ball at 26%. So here's Derek White with it. Guarded by Best, picks up the dribble. Mitchell against Kajami Keane. Shot clock works now to 6. And the shot comes and it's knocked down there by Jaylen Brown. He's got double figures, leads all scorers.
Great Canada defense there. Lack of communication. Looked like they were trying to switch, and if you don't switch, someone's going to be open.
Wiltshire hands over. Hazar Kajami Keane was well outside the 3 line, but it doesn't matter. He opens his scoring account in style.
This is what we expected from the start. Bang, bang, good read from Donovan Mitchell. Realises that one of the Canadians has gone down. There's an open man. Bang.
Kajami Keane there just didn't switch.
Derek White. Puts the ball now to Middleton. He wanted Mitchell. Ball batted down by Aaron Best. And the shot clock works to 5 here for Middleton. He elevates. Can't complete it. Middleton now none of 3 from the field, yet to score in the game. And Aaron Best is quickly up the floor here. Wiltshire. He fires over the top of Derek White and comes up with the finishing touches.
Look at the lineup the United States have on the floor. They got 5 perimeter guys all on the floor at the same time. So really no stereotypical 4 or 5 man.
Margin cut to 5 here. Penetration was good. Foul call on Engine as Jaylen Brown continues to lead them a merry dance.
And when you do have so many great shooters, the floor spread takes the player off the dribble. If help's not there, and creates a very good scoring opportunity.
Timeout called. USA up 7.
Got an idea for an invention, but don't know what to do next? Call my friends at InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. It's easy.
With 65 offices, you can meet with an InventHelp representative near you who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. And they offer 3D animations and prototyping services to help demonstrate your idea. InventHelp's exclusive databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to confidentially review new ideas, like yours.
Your idea deserves a chance. Don't wonder what to do next. Step into the ring and take your best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp. Call today for free information.
800-335-4810. That's 800-335-4810.
Funeral costs continue to rise. If you're between 40 and 85, then you need to act now. Updates have been released regarding funeral costs in your area. Call now and request the 9 things every senior needs to know about funerals. Learn how easy it can be to qualify for life insurance cash benefits delivered to your loved ones within 24 hours. Don't put it off. Call now.
To get your free booklet, call now 1-800-335-4718.
So in game one against Australia, USA had 17 three-point attempts at halftime, and in game two, they had, again, 17. At the moment, they've got half that.
But that's symbolic of the team that they brought to the World Cup. They've got a lot of shooters right throughout the lineup. Even when you go big, Brook Lopez, he's not bashful of throwing up the odd trifecta himself. He's become very, very efficient. So I think it's by design, those numbers, not by accident, that we're seeing those three-point attempts by Team USA.
Derek White checks out. Kemba Walker comes back as we head toward half-time. Walker with 4 points at the moment. This man, Jaylen Brown, is the one who's leading all scorers. 13 now for him, including 5 of 8 from the field. So the margin back to 8. It's been as big as 13. It was at 5 just 20 seconds ago. Edgem hands over. Kajami King. Well, they stood off him. The shot is off the mark, though. Loose ball. Getting after it is Chris Middleton.
Really nice set coming out of the timeout by Canada there. We did see some good player movement, but when you got Donovan Mitchell's and puts the ball to the deck, gets to the cup, that is too easy.
Back-to-back baskets for the USA. They double the advantage out to double figures again once more. Jamie King shares it with Best. Shot clock works to 10 for Canada. Picks up the dribble. Get it inside. Poor pass. Donovan Mitchell, who's falling out of court off balance, tried to work it out of court off Phil Scrubb. There was a weight to it. Best got a good look, the left-hander. Couldn't knock it down, though. But now Chris Middleton reaching in. Best is going to be called for the foul. So going to be the 4th team foul on Canada in this term. USA already over the limit.
Good foul by Best, recognising they still have one to give in this second quarter.
Not sure whatever happened to the emphasis on stopping the transition in those fouls. Came from the side, didn't have a good defensive position. International basketball the last 12 months, we've seen that head into the line to shoot a couple.
You're off to China for the World Cup, Andrew. It'll be interesting to see how that is officiated there. But the whole series here is that we've seen right back to Perth a week ago. They've let that go.
I'll be seeking clarification.
Here's Walker. Walker close to the hoop, comes up with the two. You get a chance to look at the Australians when you're in China?
Unfortunately, not in the group stages, because I'll be commentating in the group they'll play against if they get through. France, Germany, done some research on them, and if they do get through, they're going to have a very, very tough round of 16 matchup.
Well, that's it. We're going to play Canada first up, and as we mentioned at the top of the show, O'Shea Brissett out and may not be there at the World Cup. It's a huge advantage for Australia. Foul was called there on Jaylen Brown. They're over the limit, so free throws to come here for Ken Birch.
Who does it look like that Australia will cross over and play against, Drewy?
If they get through, it'll be either France or Germany. Both those teams are tough, and a lot of people are a bit down on Germany, but no, they've got 5 NBA players on their roster. They are going to be really, really tough. So they open the tournament against each other. So whoever wins that one, you suspect that they'll get through. Dominican Republic and Jordan are the other 2 teams in that pool.
The timeout called here, less than 30 seconds out from half-time. Margin been hovering around the 11 mark. That's where we started this turn. Canada got it back to within 5, but right now, USA just doing enough, but they've racked up the fouls here in this term with 6 fouls after having only 2 in the first quarter. Here is the USA group, Group E, against the Czech Republic in the opening game, Turkey and Japan.
Turkey will be a challenge. They're a very, very good team. You would think that they'd have the significant advantage over the Czech Republic and Japan, and expect them to get through. But this is the pool that all the Australians will be really, really keen on. Very, very tough pool. Canada, Australia, Lithuania. Australia and Lithuania would go in as the favourites, but we've seen enough of Canada to know that they're going to cause some trouble. And please, never go to sleep on Senegal. Otherwise, we could go back to the 1986 scenario where Angola came in and gave Australia a little bit of a touch-up and sent us home at the World Cup.
I think that's the point that needs to be made, Andrew, is that despite Australia's history-making performance to beat the USA. It was an exhibition game, and both teams, not just saying the USA, but both teams weren't completely at full throttle. And the trouble is in tournament play, that first game, if you drop that, well, all of a sudden the pressure, it's starting to mount. You know that better than I.
Foul call.
Yeah, over the limit too, so free throws to come.
That would be frustrating. Just trying to extend the defence, knowing that perhaps the United States was going to work the clock down, use the entire shot clock to make it difficult for Canada to get another good look on the offensive end. They gambled, and that time it didn't pay off. But I'll tell you what else is another thing when I was thinking about this game, the United States team. For the first time really since the 1998 World Cup, the United States won't have the best player in the tournament. And I can't remember a international tournament. That was only because of the lockout. They didn't send their NBA players in Greece in 1998. Giannis Antetokounmpo would be holding that status, and a few others would probably challenge some of the guys in this USA team.
It is wide open, the World Cup. Australia just beating the USA, well, they're right in the mix. So USA getting to the stripe here, 10 of 12 in the first half, Canada 4 of 5. The shot clock 3 seconds inside the game clock as we head toward the major break. Pangos just to milk it at the moment against Marcus Smart, trying to split a couple of defenders. Smart gets after it, needs held the pass, but Donovan Mitchell was knocked down by Phil Scrubb. Mitchell, he's got Middleton in support. Elliott play!
With injury. Now I have this other nagging injury. He's the first player at that age, at that ability, at that position, at that salary, and future salary that Chris points out, to say, you know what? Choosing me means walking away. Right. Choosing me means 2 weeks shy of my 30th birthday, stopping the one thing I've done my entire life. And given his outside interests, his architectural engineering degree, how into like history he is, I hope and I believe he can live a fulfilling life moving forward. But it is going to be for him, I don't know when, he's going to wake up in a few days, weeks, months, whenever, and say, I'm not a football player anymore. And I don't think he anticipated he would be saying that until a decade from now.
All right, well, the Colts no longer have Andrew Luck as their quarterback. They have to move on quickly. What should we expect from backup, now starter, Jacoby Brissett? That's next on FS1. You can always check us out on the Fox Sports channel on Sirius XM. We're back right after this.
When I first heard this was what I was going to be with, I was jacked. Can you give me a pep talk every once in a while? Yeah, I feel like I need that. This is the closest thing to being in a locker room. Big Noon Kickoff, Saturdays at 11 Eastern, followed by the Big Noon Saturday game of the week on Fox. Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived. Exxon and Mobil are introducing new Synergy Supreme Plus. It keeps your engine 2 times cleaner for better gas mileage. That's why they've asked me, Mr. Supremium, to be their spokesperson. Everything of mine is Supremium. My ascot wears an ascot. It's Supremium. Introducing a razor that works differently. The Gillette Skin Guard has a guard between the blades that helps protect skin. The Gillette Skin Guard.
More lines of unlimited data for $100 a month.
Oop! That makes 10 million and 1 smiles on cricket.
There's 4 of us, so.
10 million and 5.
4.
Point is, you got a deal. Join over 10 million customers smiling on cricket.
Really? Man, this is what I feel like when I wear regular shoes. Cramped and uncomfortable.
We can arrange a little upgrade.
Which is why I wear Skechers wide fit shoes. They have extra room throughout. They're like a luxury ride for my feet. Try Skechers wide fit shoes.
Superman just about sleeps in her cave. But when we realized she was battling sensitive skin, we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It's gentle on her skin and dermatologist recommended. Tide Free and Gentle. Safe for skin with psoriasis and eczema.
Run to that side, no foul given. Morgan running, looking for 100.
wants you back. Try Just Crack an Egg, packed with diced potatoes, veggies, meat, and cheese. Just add a fresh egg for a hot scramble in less than 2 minutes to get those warm, fuzzy feelings again. Take breakfast back. Find it in the egg aisle.
The $1 stylist deal.
Nice to meet you.
Perfect.
What?
Or you could get a real deal. McDonald's buy one, get one for $1 deal is here. Buy one of your faves and choose another for just an extra buck.
So with a nationwide annuity, you can get protected monthly income for the rest of your life.
That's what I'm talking about. How about those song lyrics?
What song lyrics?
Tell them again. Tell them again. Repeat it. Yeah, same thing.
So with a nationwide annuity, you can get protected monthly.
Lower carbs. Lower calories. Higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived.
I'm not ready to lose my hair. Not now. But I never thought there was a real solution. Now I use Keeps, the easiest way to keep my hair. And I can get my treatment without leaving the couch. Go to Keeps.com to learn more.
Wishes is more than baked beans. It's also beans and beans. What he means is adding rich flavor and protein to any meal is simple with Black Bean Fiesta or Southwestern style pinto beans. Beans? And here we go again.
Hi, I'm Jesse. And I'm Ben. We started Hubble because contact lenses are too expensive. At Hubble, our fresh daily contacts are affordable and delivered straight to you. Get your first 2 weeks free at HubbleContacts.com.
What's your favorite thing about doing our show, Joy?
I'd have to say working with you, Colin.
You don't have to say that.
I do actually. It's written on our cue cards.
Oh.
First Things First is sponsored by Gillette, the best a man can get.
Welcome back. We'll get to what's next for the Colts in just a second. But first, Niners, Chiefs, and Jimmy G. Garoppolo finds Matt Breida in the back of the end zone after a rough little early stretch for Garoppolo.
Perfect bomb on a 0.0 quarterback rating in week 2 of the preseason is the Chiefs secondary in week 3 of the preseason. He was dropping dimes. He looked really good. Credit to Jimmy G.
Oh, yeah, NFL. Don't forget the Chiefs in that defense. Don't forget them. They're back.
That secondary.
Saints and Jets. Drew Brees connects with Michael Thomas, makes an absurd leaping grab. This one good for a touchdown.
Let's go, Money Mike. Let's do this. Especially outside. Mike made all his money last year playing the slot. He also made that money this offseason at $20 million. Him and Drew Brees hooking up. He letting the people know I'm still hungry.
Oh, my guy, G-Reg.
Panthers practice. Greg Olsen with a sweet one-handed catch.
G-Reg, when he is not injured, which unfortunately
is
not often. He is still one of the 5 best tight ends in football.
I can't believe we don't have more highlights than this. Dude didn't grip it the first time. He played patty cake with it. That's NFL. Come on, man. Stop that. We got kids in high school snatching stuff.
Forgot how high the standard is.
We got this dude
on
playing
the show.
with the ball.
I have to get Greg Olsen in the show.
Get out here with that mess, man. I can see why you was on vacation. Your brain's still on.
Wow. Back to Andrew Luck and his decision to retire from the NFL. The Colts have just under 2 weeks now until the start of the regular season. That means they've got just under 2 weeks now to get backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett ready to go as the starting quarterback. Here's what the Colts GM had to say about Brissett stepping into that role.
We're not going to ask Jacoby Brissett to be Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was a unique player. But Jacoby Brissett is a winning football player in this league. And he is I think you heard what Andrew said. Jacoby Brissett is a rare leader. He is. He's a rare human being, man. That locker room loves Jacoby Brissett. They love him. I think you saw it last year when as we went through the season. This is a special guy, man. I'm excited to watch him play.
All right, see, what are your expectations for the Colts with Andrew Luck retired, with Jacoby Brissett now the guy there?
I have high expectations because I kind of have a little advantage on this. I've been watching Jacoby since he played 2-sport star in West Palm Beach, playing for Dwyer High School, basketball star, and also a quarterback. Went on to go to University of Florida, transferred, and then one of my good friends, Bill Parcells,
has mentored him for the last 5 or 6 years. And that's why I started watching when New England had him as a backup. I thought potentially he was going to be the guy to replace Tom Brady. They traded him when Indy had the injuries and everything. They traded him, and I don't think the football we saw from him in 2017 is a true indicator of what kind of football player he is. That season, he got hit more than any quarterback in the NFL. But I do believe they can keep their playoff aspirations, and this is still one of the franchise over the next 4 years. They're going to win. They got over $50 million in cap space available to them. The general manager, I believe, is one of the bright young minds. And I believe Frank Reich is going to be one of the elite coaches that we have in the NFL. Look at Frank, what he did with Nick Foles when they got the quarterback issues there. So for me, Frank Reich has been under the radar. His career was under the radar. Great person, but I believe in Jacoby, and I believe he's going to shock a lot of people. Before the season started, I said there's 3 backup quarterbacks that I deem to be starters eventually in the league. That's Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee, that is Teddy Bridgewater in New Orleans, and Jacoby Brissett in Indianapolis. They are all legitimate starting quarterbacks, and now with the Colts, they got a top 5 offensive line. Oh, he's going to be excited about the great opportunity he's got before him.
I still think they're going to win the division. I think the AFC South is I don't think it has any terrible team in it, but I also thought the only potentially great team was the Colts with Andrew Luck. Obviously, without Luck, they're no longer a great team, but I think Jacoby was positioned as, and I think we said it a couple weeks ago, is the best backup in football. Now, the best backup in football, maybe that makes you the 25th best quarterback. So now that he's a starter, you obviously ratchet those expectations considerably. But I also don't think it's fair if people look at just what he did in 2017. In 2017, Chris mentioned the trade with New England. That happened on September 2nd. He played week 1 that year and started week 2. So he had no offseason, no time to learn the playbook, no time to get on the same page with the receivers, any of that.
And I would say half the quarterbacks in the league, of the 32 starters, a guy with no experience, you can eliminate 75% of them that would have been able to start that number week. And it speaks to his brain, his intellect, and his ability to assimilate that information and be able to play in the NFL game.
100%. And while you mentioned they were planning for Andrew Luck to be their starter this season, he's now been with Frank Reich as long as Frank Reich's been there. He had the whole offseason and the last few weeks.
He's been taking all the first team reps.
Right. They have been. Luck's retirement obviously shocked everyone. Luck not playing week 1, I think, is what a lot of us had come to anticipate. Certainly the Colts were preparing for that possibility. So the offensive line, Chris mentioned, top 5 in the league last year. Luck was sacked a total of 18 times and only 10 times in the final 11 weeks of the season. Marlon Mack is shown to be a more than serviceable NFL running back. And their defense, I think they're one of only 3 teams that didn't allow a 100-yard rusher all year. So when those are your building blocks, and when you see for this season, the Texans still don't have an offensive line. They just lost their running back. The Titans, man, I watched that game last night. They missed Matt LaFleur, and Ryan Tannehill might be the best quarterback on their roster. You mentioned he's a starter. Marcus Mariota, I don't know what's happened to him. And the Jags would be the X factor because what Nick Foles are you getting? But I don't think the Colts, this isn't going to be, I guarantee this, when Manning missed the year and they went from the playoffs to the number 1 pick of the draft. This Colts team is not going to bottom out the way that Colts team did.
We seem to have a little bit more info on Jacoby Brissett because, CC, you've been talking about him since that trade from the Patriots. He's a good leader. He's got great pocket presence. He can run a little bit, and you guys both mentioned the offensive line. How far off is he from being a perennial backup to actually being more than, say, a top 25 starting quarterback in the league?
I just believe with what they have around them, the general manager has done an amazing job. And when their head coaching search, when they named Josh McDaniels the head coach, and then he decides to go back to New England, and they hire Frank Reich, the owner, the general manager, what decisions did they make? Because this is an organization that had been mismanaged for a number of years. Their personnel, they're huge on the offensive line to rebuild one of the worst units that we have in football, and they got a bunch of young players. This offseason, people thought they're going to go out, Le'Veon Bell, they're going to pay him that, they're going to pay him $16, $17 million. Nope, no, they didn't. So we like Marlon Mack. Gonna stay with him, gonna draft some guys, keep building it through the draft. This team is in position to be able to win. Jacoby has one of the best starts in the league as far as I'm already a veteran, and I got some toys around me, and more importantly, they can protect me up front.
2 quick points. One is, I think now they look back on not spending all their money this offseason, I believe is a huge plus.
Sure.
Because we thought, man, you can win a Super Bowl right now. As much as I like Jacoby, I don't think you win a Super Bowl right now. I don't think you make win-now moves if you knew Luck was retiring. As far as what he's good at, what he needs to work on, the 1 year he started, he was excellent on deep passes. He was excellent throwing the ball deep down the field. He was sacked the highest rate, as Chris mentioned, any quarterback in football, 10% of dropbacks. Some of that was the offensive line. Some of that, Bill Barnwell pointed this out. He did hold on to the ball far longer than you would like to, but you would assume he's cleaned that up somewhat over the last couple of years. If he gets rid of the ball quicker and cuts down that sack percentage, I think he can be an average NFL starting quarterback, which in that division, with that roster, I think can be enough to win that division.
Well, he has his work cut out for him early on. Chargers and Titans to open up the season,
On the road.
starting in about 10 days. Coming up, were Colts fans out of line to boo Andrew Luck? That's next on First Things First.
Whose dog is this?
It's my special friend Antonio. His luxurious fur calms my nerves when I'm worried about moving into our new apartment.
Why don't we just ask Geico for help with renter's insurance?
I didn't know Geico helps with renter's insurance.
Yeah, and we can save a bunch too.
Antonio, that's your computer. Antonio. I'll get it.
Get to know Geico and see how much you could save on renter's insurance.
Name one other restaurant that makes their barbecue with brown sugar bacon and sauce with Kentucky bourbon that's been aged in charred oak barrels. Charred oak barrels, people. And we have a drive-thru. Arby's. We have the meat.
Race.
The officials. If you're just going to sit back and be passive and reactive, they're too good. They're going to beat you. There's too much talent. But you've got to make it as physical as possible, and which clearly Canada are doing right from the get-go with 2 very quick fouls. But I think you need to. And different officials, different interpretations. We want to make it ugly.
They're going to be smart too, though. That's 2 fouls in the first 11 seconds in this third quarter. So as it gets deeper into the quarter, you're trying to defend them off the on-ball. It's just going to put them to the free throw line. There's Walker with it. Mismatch with Birch. Gets it over to Donovan Mitchell, who scored the first points of the game, but comes up short there. Chance for Bill Scrubb. Rush forward. Into the corner, firing unsuccessfully. This was their problem at the start of the game, where it took them 3 minutes before they were able to score. Tatum, Walker, Mitchell. Shot clock works to 10 here. And at the top of the key, firing Harrison Barnes is off the mark. And a chance now, and Kevin Pangos just waves at Bill Scrubb and says, let's slow this down. Both teams back to their original starting 5s here. 60 seconds done. Turn number 3. Edgem spinning on Barnes. Nothing doing down on the baseline. Pangos against Walker. Great recovery. Rejected the shot. And now a chance for the USA. Well, they scurry back quickly on D. Canada. They prevent Walker from going on with it. Turner. Big man between the legs as well. Tatum. Hard to the rack. Flips it up. Can't complete it. Good D from Canada. The team able to get some effective offense going at the moment. 90 seconds done here in the third, and Birch rolls to the hoop and comes up with a 2. He's got 7 in the game.
Want to go and did it, but finally it drops for him, and that transition there is really good for them if they can generate some turnovers, which they've been able to do, and turn that into transition baskets. That's another way to find points, or easier points, when you're struggling from the field.
Barnes likes his chances here. Pangos to beat. Birch Birch arrived late, but they can't prevent him from adding another 2.
Well, that's a serious mismatch down on the block. Too much size, but also versatility from Barnes.
First score for Barnes since quarter time. Penetration comes here from Tommy Scrub. That's tipped in. Birch high above the rim. Just corrals it in. 9 in the game for Birch, who had 5 at half-time. Scorer Canada so far here in term number 3. We played 2.5 minutes. 13 the margin. Tatum almost double teamed there. Turnaround wouldn't work. Loose ball. Tommy Scrub got after it, tried to keep it alive. And Canada will get it back. Foul's going to be called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first person.
Jason Tatum's having his troubles as well. 1 of 7 now from the field. He's got the 3 rebounds. Also has a couple of turnovers. He's an absolute elite on this team and still trying to find his rhythm.
21-year-old, youngest player on the Team USA, averaged 15 points, 6 boards. Tatum, Celtics, last season. That shot off the mark as well. 3-point shooting from both teams, horrible. USA 2 of 10. Canada 3 of 16, and an even worse clip. So 3 minutes played, term number 3. As Tatum rushes to the hoop, worried out of the points. He came back to Turner, who throws it down over his head. 6 in the game now for him to go with double-figure rebounds. Margin again, 15, but not for long.
That's what he does. He's able to do those little floaters. When you're little like that, you've got to get accustomed to learning that play, going into the heavy traffic. Just being able to throw it up, nice touch by Pangos.
Turner off the mark, Edgem grabs the rebound, now Pangos. Scrub brothers on either wing. Goes to Edgem and gets it back. Looks inside, Birch from close range, adds another 2. So he cranked it up here in term number 3. He's got 11, he's got more in this quarter than he had in the entire first half.
Don't underestimate Pangos on that play as well, Case. Good penetration and beautiful entry pass down low.
4 minutes played, term number 3. Shot clock rolls to single digits here for Team USA. Walker takes them on, steps between a couple of defenders, and with the left hand, Walker adds another 2. He's into double figures. So 3 players in double figures for Team USA, led by Brown's 13. Birch with 11, the only player in that category for Canada. Here's Edgem. They work it inside. Birch involved again, couldn't complete it. And Edgem earned the trip to the free throw line there as he keeps it alive with the offensive rebound.
Well, great poise in that offensive rebound because he could have went straight back up. The big fella was about to throw that in the 5th row again. Bit of poise, eyebrow, up fake. He got himself alive.
Coach Pop is just taking his backcourt out. The last couple of possessions, I've watched him on the sideline. He's been pleading with his players to get up, get up. He wanted to extend the defense and takes them both out of the game, I think, because he's wanting to give them a spell, of course, but wanting to extend the D, put a bit more ball pressure as Canada advance.
Both teams with their struggles at the offensive end since half-time. Team USA 3 of 9 from the field since half-time. Canada 4 of 9. Barnes sits down. See Jaylen Brown back into the game. Harris likewise. It's smart. Just pushes off Tommy Scrub there. What's the handle on it as well, bringing it up the floor. Middle stages of this third quarter. 11-point lead in favour of Team USA. And Brown has made things happen all game. Goaltend called. We'll count the 2 there for Jaylen Brown.
That's a good drive, but I think with that sub too, Pop will want to get some minutes in the Smart. He looks like he's coming off an off-season. Looks like he's just fumbling a little bit, not his normal rhythm. We've seen what he can do in the NBA, but just looks a bit out of sorts to me.
That injury, of course, that he's been dealing with might still bother him.
Pangos pass. Take it out upstairs. Bring the crowd to life. Tatum adds another 2 to his tally. The margin back to 15 where we started this quarter. Whistle off the ball here. Foul's going to be called on Harris. His 4th.
Got an idea for an invention, but don't know what to do next? Call my friends at InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. It's easy.
With 65 offices, you can meet with an InventHelp representative near you who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. And they offer 3D animations and prototyping services to help demonstrate your idea. InventHelp's exclusive databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to confidentially review new ideas, like yours.
Your idea deserves a chance. Don't wonder what to do next. Step into the ring and take your best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp. Call today for free information.
800-335-4810. That's 800-335-4810.
Jazz, the New Zealand Breakers were working a couple of games against the Grizzlies and the Thunder, and Melbourne United against the Clippers, and also going up against the Sacramento Kings on October 17. NBL, NBA Tour, really exciting stuff to lead us into the NBL season.
Can we get a win?
I think so. Melbourne United, I like their chances. They've got a stacked team.
So less than 5 minutes out from three-quarter time, and 15-point margin for the USA, Drewy.
That's right. And Case, getting back to the draw in the pool, very important that first game against Canada, because if you do advance to the next round, you carry that win with you when you play Germany, well, we're assuming it's Germany and France. So it's just, when you look at Canada here, you can see they've got enough starch in their defence and enough offensive powers that they're going to cause any team in the competition some trouble.
He's stolen the ball here, Marcus Smart. Not a lot of help ahead of him, and he's given it back up. Active hands there from Melvin Edgem. Inside they go. Ambitious stuff there from Tommy Scrub. Comes up empty. He's yet to score in the game. Nice pass, nice finish as Jaylen Brown is rattling the rim with 17. He leads all scorers.
Jaylen Brown explosive on that one. Just 1 or 2 steps. Didn't look like he had quite the momentum. Just the explosion at the rim.
Game high 17-point lead for Team USA. Shot clock rolls to single digits here. But Melvin Edgem with a hook shot. Couldn't complete it. Loose ball. Chris Middleton comes up with it. White to his left. Jaylen Brown on his right. Goes with the former. Feeds outside. Marcus Smart kicks it. Middleton firing off the front of the rim. Middleton. None of 4 from the field yet to score in the game. Jaylen Brown. Oh, casual pass. Ken Birch said thank you very much. It was intended for Brook Lopez, who we're seeing for the first time in the game. Now Pangos picks up the dribble. Edgem. Catch and shoot from him. And it's short on the rim. Swan 5 from the field now. They've coughed it up again, the USA. Turnover number 13. And here's Ken Birch against Lopez, who said, "You're kidding. Is that all you've got?" Threw it back down and said, "Come back another time." Oh, Birch got no change at all out of that. Love that from Lopez. Now the offensive end, well, he wanted to give it back there to Brown, and why not? Because he's the man with a hot hand. He's got 19, including 6 in this term, and the margin's ballooned out to 19, and Nick Nurse has seen enough. Timeout called, 2:55 left here in term number 3. Well, of course, these coaches involved here tonight, gentlemen, 2 of the finest. The record is outstanding when you look at it.
It's ridiculous when you think of Steve Kerr. 78.5%. I mean, that is just hard to comprehend how much winning that is. Of course, they had that all-time winning season a couple of years ago. And Nick Nurse, well, he'd be saying, well, how easy is this, Caper? I've come in, bang, here's an NBA title. Away we go, Canada. Get on board. Here's the championship, 70.7% winning percentage, but of those, just for sheer volume, weight of numbers, the 68.4% and the 5 NBA titles. To me, those others have got just a smidgen of catching up to do.
3-time Coach of the Year as well, and all-time leader in wins, Coach Popovich.
Well, I guess the other thing for Pop is being able to do it across so many years. Yes. So they've had to rebuild, and Dave Robertson left, and Duncan came in, and same time. They crossed over, had some success, and then they reloaded again. And
the thing about it is that he was one of the early ones to really embrace international basketball. Bring all those international players. When you think of Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Aaron Baines, Patty Mills, Turkey Glue, I mean, the list goes on. And not only is it just bringing the talent over, he was a real student of the international game, brought a lot of the concepts, so it served him well.
Good player as well, was controversially left out of the 72
watching Paddy on Saturday afternoon at Marvel Stadium. I think Paddy's getting a little bit more at that stage of the game, though.
The Bankshot making a comeback at international basketball. Lopez with the crowd getting hungry for points. It was a big hit when he ran out in the pre-game. Mangos.
He's crafty down there, but if we take a look at the Bank, good meter behind the three-point line as well, and I'm almost positive he didn't call that. But Lopez down the other end, although he's reckon, I'm pretty sure, he's actually probably more comfortable around the three-point. Like, he's a great passer, but the back to the basket, the little shimmy, I'm not sure how comfortable he is with that. He doesn't look overly comfortable.
Liz Haslett going to work his first game here in Australia after joining the team late.
I looked at him a couple of years ago, Case, bring him into the Sydney Kings, and very good shooter. Played at Baylor. He's done okay throughout Europe, averaged 13 points a game last year.
Get the nod?
No, didn't get the nod.
He's playing in Istanbul. 45% three-point shooter during the 12 qualifying games for the World Cup.
Good player though. Brady has very nice.
There's a chance now for Nemhard. He lost control of it there as he was rushing to the hoop. Getting a little untidy here in a low-scoring third quarter. USA 14-13. They lead it since half-time. Derek White exploring. Nothing on offer. So he feeds Middleton, who's overdue. He's missed 5 shots now, Chris Middleton. Hit the score in the game. Nemhard to the left-hand side. Gets beyond Middleton. Feeds Clarkson. He goes to work. Kemba Walker worried him out of the points. 90 seconds to play in this third quarter. Here's Middleton. Oh, he dribbled into a trap. Goes on with it. And another error from Team USA. 15 turnovers to 6.
This is sloppy basketball,
including 5 in this term. Clarkson turns down the 3 ball. Goes to Wiltshire, who banked the last one. Brady has slipped down low. Nemhard with problems, or stolen. Derek White did well there. Knocked it away from him. Gets it back now from Lopez. Zigzagging his way up the floor. He draws a foul.
And that's a good foul. He was beaten. White going downhill, and it's going to send him to the line, but it was going to be a certain 2. Brady Haslett. You think of the small world, because Brady Haslett, looking to sign Brady Haslett. Instead we went with Jerome Randall a couple of seasons ago, and that was the year we had Terry Ellis. And, well, now the fickle hand of fate sort of turns around. The two of them are going to be playing together next season in Germany. So maybe we might have missed a dynamic combination.
So the German coach, moral of that story, has more faith in him than you did.
Well, I had a lot of faith in Jerome Randall, and he is a superstar. He just had the runs on the board come up.
First points in the game for Derek White, scoring those 4 stitches above the left eye after cracking his head on the floor in Melbourne. A nasty incident. Margin 18 points here inside the last 60 seconds of this third quarter. Wiltshire fires from 3 again, this time unsuccessfully. Played in the rebound on to Walker. White next in line, bounces space in the key, off glass, wouldn't work. Lopez does. Lopez gets his first score in the game, and the margin's up to 20. Aaron Bestport onto the floor and try and make things happen. Goes with the left hand, can't complete it. Slow pass almost bisected Wiltshire and Nemhard. They clean it up. Here's Wiltshire with a reverse finish. That was nice, and he drew a foul in the process.
Well, he has shown that he can put it on the floor against bigger opponents. We spoke about the first half. They have to close him out so hard. Have a look at that, Lopez.
He hasn't got blistering pace, but neither has Lopez, and he recognises that. Wiltshire is very crafty with the hands, and that's what happens when you're not a great athlete. You've got to find a way to create things and speak from experience. Absolutely, he uses his size really, really well. Very crafty player.
Shot clock, 3 seconds inside the game clock as we head toward three-quarter time. 17 the margin. Started this term with the USA leading by 15 on the back of a Donovan Mitchell dunk on the halftime buzzer that's worth getting another look at. He missed it. Here's Walker, penetration. Two defenders worried him out of it. Loose ball. Then they've got 3 seconds to get something happening. Brady Hayslett. He fires off balance, can't connect. That would have been a momentum builder, but with 1 quarter to play, Canada have plenty on their way here at the moment. The USA enjoy a 17-point advantage. It's the United States 64, Canada 47.
Are we supposed to dance?
Boy bands without dancing are just okay. Get a better than just okay unlimited plan with Spotify Premium included on America's Best Network, only from AT&T. More for your thing. That's right.
3, 2, 1.
Introducing the limited edition Budweiser Discovery Reserve, brewed to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. An American red lager with a light hoppy aroma, followed by a hint of toffee and a crisp finish. Inspired by our archival recipe from the time of the Apollo missions.
Attention, IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes only $6.99.
I'm finding it hard to stay on top of things.
A faster laptop could help. Plus, tech support to stay worry-free.
Worry-free. Boom.
Boom!
Now get 10 reams of paper, only $34.99. $34.99 at Office Depot, Office Max, or OfficeDepot.com.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Attack! Go! Only one! Come on! Okay, baby! Let him in Anderson. Way to run.
You're watching Team Day, the greatest moments of the Houston Rockets on NBA TV.
Make way for the WNBA. Phoenix Mercury versus Atlanta Dream. Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV. USA Basketball on NBA TV is brought to you by Nike.
Down on the pre-World Cup Series. USA and Canada with the honours here in Sydney. Jason Taylor was excited. Donovan Mitchell's been climbing upstairs and dunking as well. And the USA enjoying a 17-point lead at the moment. They scored the first 5 points of the game and have never been headed. Got it out to a 20-point spread at one stage there in the third.
I think both coaches would be disappointed with their efforts. You look at both teams have got more turnovers than assists. Not a great sign.
Terrible.
Both teams are shooting 20% or under from the three-point line, and probably, whilst you'll see a 17-point margin for the United States, I expected a bigger bounce back in their performance. Like Bob said, it's not about winning and losing at each. You just want to see improvement all the time. And the way Nick Nurse shot the ball, he would have concern.
Well, apparently it was a spirited training session they had yesterday between that games, 2.5-hour session. So maybe legs are a little bit weary, but not sure what excuse we can offer for 28% for Canada, though.
USA have taken half the three-point attempts that they did against Australia in both games to three-quarter time. Shot clock rolls to single digits here. Wiltshire in a mismatch in terms of height against Smart. Turns to the baseline and fills it up. He's now got an even dozen to lead Canada.
Tough shot. Mismatch down low. Didn't find it in time.
Walker guarded by Nembhard. Shares it now with Donovan Mitchell. 8 on the shot clock at the halfway line. Mitchell just casually fires the three. It's short on the front of the rim. He's 1-5 from deep. Donovan Mitchell. On the other end, Aaron passed hard to the hoop and overcooked it. An opportunity opportunity goes begging. That would have been a double dribble call now on Donovan Mitchell. Right in front of referee Michael Halen, working this game with Vaughan Maybury and Chris Reed.
It's interesting just from the sidelines here, we get the pleasure of just seeing the interaction with Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich, and animated from time to time. I'm sure it's all in good spirits, but
Nembhard goes on with it against Tatum. Shot clock at 10. He's outside. Wiltshire steps inside. Marcus Smart, who came back for seconds. Wiltshire off the mark. Kemba Walker. Mitchell. Tatum. Miles Turner. Against Wiltshire. Hands over. Chance now for Marcus Smart to the baseline. Shot clock works now to 7. Nothing happening off the ball. Tatum in the corner. They've asked a lot of him here. He's got 3 seconds to get something happening. Down to the baseline, he fires. Can't connect. Turner gets the rebound. Foul's going to be called here on Nembhard. That's going to be his second personal.
that was a really good defensive set by Canada. They switched. There was a mismatch down low, and then they bumped out on it. They closed out hard and really made the United States. That's a tough shot, even for someone like Jason Tatum. So they're the types of shots that Canada want to restrict the United States to.
And it was Marcus Smart flew in from the weak side to keep that ball alive.
Walker shakes Nembhard, got him in the air. Intelligent play, draws contact and off to the free throw line. Nembhard picks up on another foul. And they're starting to mount now for Canada in terms of fouls as well. 17 overall, 12 on the USA. 4 or 5 from the free throw line so far in this game. Kemba Walker's been there more than any other player.
What bump does that have without a dribble in the middle?
Interesting phase of his career too, being traded to the Boston Celtics. And a lot of expectations, bigger market. I like it. I do too. And when you see him, obviously Kyrie Irving he's a superstar. But 6 points a game, I reckon he get a chance to be able to fill those shoes. Oh, no doubt. Different players around you. Perhaps the role changes ever so slightly. But Kemba, they're expecting big things out of him.
Haslett, a Klassen, he's out there playing with 4 fouls. Now he's got number 5 and it's adios. But Owen Klassen, that's 5 fouls and he's out of the game. Getting a conversation from Nick Nurse as well. Ken Birch is called back into the fray.
Yeah, that was also subtle enough, trying to help his teammate out, just a moving screen, stepping in at a late notice and gets pinged for the foul.
They need to find a way to get Wiltshire a few more shots as well. 55% from the field. The rest of the team is in the low 20s.
Here's Walker from close range. Turner for the finishing touches. Play the creative beast, Kemba Walker. Marching for 19. Birch picks up the dribble. Aaron Best back to Birch, who just lost control of it there, trying to get the shot away. Walker, it's almost it's a little untidy. They're out of sorts. 16 turnovers in the game. Now foul is going to be called on Canada. It's going to be a 4th team foul for Canada in this turn, but look at the creativity there.
It is, and that's when you got a direct driving lane. Even when you come to help, the third man rotation becomes really hard because it happens so quick. The big man's going to come off and help. Very, very difficult when it's such a direct path to the paint to get that next rotation.
Walker, 12 points in the game. 4 rebounds, a couple of assists as well. Shot clock to 4 here for Tatum. Met upstairs there by Birch for the finishing touches from Turner. 10 points, 14 boards for him.
Well, Birch did his job, came from that low wide to be able to get a piece of that and block it, but everyone else from Canada stood there and watched.
Best fires, well off the mark. Their shooting woes continue at just 27%. USA has scored the last 6 here, and they've opened up a game-high 21-point lead. This is a far cry from the Canadian team that we saw earlier in this international basketball series. 122 against New Zealand here last Tuesday. There's Birch. Wasn't particularly pleasant to look at, but he kept it alive. Wiltshire in a mismatch, takes on Kemba Walker, gets it done. He makes 2, 14 for him in the game now, and off to the free throw line.
Well, you asked for it, Hammer, and they've gone that way, but just the athleticism down low. Turner stuffing it in, and there's your man. It was my man first, but you've jumped on the bandwagon, which I appreciate. And just again, look at the craftiness about it. Just you're thinking, well, I'm not going that way. Normally you're going with the right, the left, but he goes, no, I'll go with the right, and I'm going to go to the line for the N1.
When I was thinking about him getting a couple more shots, it wasn't a one-on-one play. No. Against Kemba Walker, off the dribble, if you don't mind, goes past him, almost a little hook along the way, puts it in, and he'll make this.
He's got all 5 points that Canada has scored since three-quarter time. Kyle Wiltshire now with 15 in the game, and only Jaylen Brown with 19 has more in the contest. 3.5 minutes played in this final quarter. A low scoring affair when neither team has really been able to show their true offensive wares. Turner hands over, Middleton, Mitchell. Well, got rid of Haslett. With the work, he was going to throw it down, but Kem Birch was having none of it. Middleton, well, he still can't buy a bucket. Chris Middleton, none of 6 from the field, and still yet to score in the game. And Aaron Best will bring Canada forward. And White goes to the deck then. A foul's going to be called on Birch for an offensive foul. His second personal, and now Canada over the limit. No free throws because it's an offensive foul, but they've got to play the last 6 minutes here in the bonus. And since they've been in Australia, Canada scored 90 on the opening night to beat Australia by 20, then had 73, 122, 103, and 61 at half-time in that game where they got 122. And they've got 52 points here at the moment at 28%.
A lot of grabbing and holding in this game. Just not sure that's the way it's going to be reffed when they get to China. World Cup, it seems like.
That's right. When you're going against a team that shoots it so well, put him to the free throw line, let him get some confidence on the free throw line. Never really a good formula. But I understand why they do it. Like I said, I think you really do have to test the limits of the officials, but then you've got to make an adjustment once you know what they're calling and how they're going to call it. But setting the tone early is important against Team USA.
Saul Barnes come up with 20.6 boards in game 2 against Australia. Just 7 here this evening. Well, Kem Birch, it opens up for him. Lopez was slowing, reacting. He's going to be called for the foul. Second team foul on Team USA in this quarter. You
can see them still communicating, trying to work out who's in the wrong, keep each other accountable for some of those breakdowns. Don't worry about that. Pop will be the referee on that one. Tomorrow on the video, and he has no problem. First time I was at San Antonio, I sat next to Tim Duncan, and he went hard at Tim Duncan, and I thought, oh my, I hope I don't do anything wrong. He's going to go hard at his superstar like that. I don't want to borrow that.
It's all about culture, holding people accountable, and he has set the standards.
And I was just handing around the lollies.
Here's Middleton, still firing and still misfiring. Well, it came to Donovan Mitchell. Didn't get enough on the shot, can't control it either, and just scoops it out of court. So 5:24 left on the clock here in this final turn. The USA have scored just 7 points. In fact, Canada has scored just 7 points, and the USA has scored 8. That was after they were both in the teens in the third term. Oh my. Harris came up with that after Canada coughed it up. Derek White, Middleton, backdoor. Harris takes them on, just muscles his way in close and comes up with the 2.
It's the sort of game I would have expected from them a few weeks ago in their first pre-season hit out together. A lot of fumbling, sort of arguing about what's going on, a lot of breakdowns. They will need to show a lot of improvement, both teams. You see exactly what I'm talking about, a drive and a dish right to his feet.
So the USA by 20. Jaylen Brown's been outstanding. He's got 19. to be the high scorer in the game. He's been able to do it all night as well, Jaylen Brown.
He has, and he's done it so efficiently, Case. 8 of 11 from the field and 1 of 2 from the three-point line. Tremendous athlete, good size, and just bully ball there, getting to the basket, and that's the explosion. Just so we still elevate, rise above. He's another one that the Boston Celtics are expecting a huge return from.
I really like what he's done so far here in Australia. Number 3 draft pick back in 2016. And still only 22 years of age, average 11 points, 4 boards last season. Just every now and again, he has been the most exciting player on the floor for the USA.
I think you're going to see that with this group. Different games, different players will step up, and that's understandable when you see the depth of talent that they do have, particularly from the perimeter. If anywhere, like we've been talking, a bit vulnerable is in that 4-5 spot. But Turner, very, very solid. He'll anchor it.
Without wanting to be critical, this has been largely uninspiring from both teams. And I think there's alarm bells ringing back in the USA. They're looking at this performance. They're looking at they got beaten by Australia 48 hours ago, and they're thinking, our World Cup gold medal plans look like they're in tatters at the moment.
Case, just go online and have a look at what Greece have been doing, Serbia in the preparation, Australia, Spain. I know USA beat Spain, but they're going to get better. So I'm not sure if the alarm bells are ringing, but there'll be a certain tightness about the United States, I think.
Pressure up the floor from Canada here. They almost forced the error from Derek White. It wasn't pretty, but they got it up the floor, the USA. And now Marcus Smart with it. Hands over. Barnes, baseline. Against Dwayne Notice, who we're seeing for the first time. And Barnes gets in close and adds another 2. So the margin out to a game-high 22-point lead.
Fans are asking, all of a sudden, they were trying to find out who their favourite was. They're falling in love with Lopez, and now the chance of we want Lopez is belted out around Kudos Bank Arena.
Well, it could be worse. They could be chanting something else at the moment, because I don't know if everyone's particularly thrilled about getting their money's worth here. This is over the hoop, Derek White off glass, adding the 2. Scoreless in the first half. Derek White didn't play a lot of minutes. And the United States has scored the last 6 here. And the margin out to 24. Canada just 7 points in this turn. The shot clock rolls to single digits for them here. Wiltshire attracted plenty of attention. Draws a foul. Threw it up and not counted as well. Great play. Kyle Wiltshire and a chance to add the extra.
My man. Just as they drew it up for him in the low block with 3 players around it.
Yes.
That's how you score with no athleticism. Don't worry about that.
And they might be chanting Lopez because they want to see him do some work, but I reckon Pop's now looking at his lineup. Again, he has a look at his really small lineup they've got on the floor.
Well, so far, Plumlee and Lopez have been uninspiring about their performances from the middle. That's their weakness. No doubt about that. This American team, they're great with the guards all the way around the court. But they're bigs. Turner tonight, brilliant points, 15 rebounds. He's been exceptional. But you'd have to question the depth after that of what we've seen so far.
Nembhard comes up with a finish, his first score since quarter time. Plumlee had 2 points and then 1 point in the 2 games against Australia, just to emphasise what the point you're making is, Hammer.
Not that he's ever going to be renowned to be putting big numbers up on the offensive end, but you're spot on, Case, and to say, well, just need to be a threat down low beyond just rebounding, because if you look at his defensive performance against Andrew Bogut, that wasn't all that flash either.
Drew Bogut ate him alive.
Killed him.
Ate him with second rate as the crowd. The big fella, Lopez, is on screen. They're calling for him.
They got Plumlee instead.
But just must have missed something, Hammer, from the fans, because I'm not sure how Lopez is just starting to feel so much love.
Well, they're making their presence felt here. The Aussie fans want good balance. Now he's got Plumlee to contend with. He put it high off the window. What a way to open your scoring account.
Lopez's picture just went on the screen, and that's why you're hearing him yell out.
He gave him a hand too, said keep it going.
Get me in there.
Well, perhaps it could be a look because there will be some teams where you might have to play the two big fellas together. And with a couple of
If they have to play these two big fellas together, there's going to be trouble.
Well,
Plumlee and Lopez together, well, that's trouble. But you can tell he's sitting in the zone. Look at him. Come on, Pop. The fans want Lopez.
I'm not sure how comfortable Lopez is with this love he's feeling from.
Well, it'd be different if he'd scored 30 and they would see him go back, oh, maybe a little.
We didn't see a lot of him in Melbourne. 2 in the first game, didn't score in the second game. A 31-year-old is the oldest player on the roster. Here's Middleton. He hasn't had a great night. None of 8 from the field now for Middleton. And Canada come up with the error though, so a chance for the USA to extend their margin. They lead by 19.
Greg Popovich still coaching his tail off, just double fist pumping, trying to reinforce the effort that time by Harris with the extended D, causing the turnover. 12 turnovers now for Canada.
White. Elliott playing! Plumlee with a nice athletic finish.
The big fella. That's the easiest job in the world, isn't it? When you're 6'11", jump up and just tip that in.
First score in the game for him. Wilt your hands over. Kajami Keane. Shot clock rolls to 7. Guarded by Derek White. Finding a way past. Oh, White stole it from him. Reached in from behind. Grabbed the ball. He's got Harris in support. Further up the floor. Chance now for Marcus Smart. He goes to Middleton. Baseline. His pass almost deflected and knocked down there by Tommy Scrub. And the shot clock rolls to single digits. Good D from Canada. But now they've got the mismatch. Plumlee rolling to the hoop there with Kaiser Kajami Keane. Well, Brook Lopez can see the funny side of this. But with 1:34 to play here, USA no danger of defeat, but certainly not at their best. Teams around the world are licking their lips at this, aren't they?
Oh, I'm not sure they'd be excited about what they're seeing about their prospects.
Oh,
They would
cut it out, Drew.
generate.
They are excited. This team is vulnerable. You saw it on Saturday, and they haven't been much better today.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying, but I don't think they would be any more than excited once they saw the list. They didn't need to see the games to get to that excitement level. They understand that this is not the absolute creme de la creme, and they know that they're in with a red-hot chance.
Well, I expect them to be further along as we see our man, Wilshire.
Yeah.
Slicing and dicing. He's had a great game.
He has.
18 points, 7 from 11 from the field. The rest of the team in the low 20s.
He's got 8 of their 14 in this last quarter, Wiltshire. Double figures in game 1 against Australia. So, he's healthy, he's good. Leading scorer in the qualifying for Canada, averaged 19 a game, along with 8 boards as well. So, likewise, Canada, they were great earlier in their Australian series, but certainly not at their best here tonight. Well, Coach Popovich and Lopez enjoying a moment here. He said, I don't know what they're going on about, but they want me, Coach.
I think Lopez was saying, Pop, give the people what they want.
He said, I'm an attractive man, I think he was saying.
There he is.
They keep putting me on TV. Donovan Mitchell saying, buy into it. Stand up. At least give us a wave if you're not going to get out there.
I'm not sure what Pop wants him to do. I think he's going to go.
Oh, Pop's
he's
going
give the
to
fans what they want.
Pop's going to, but he's waving away.
Surely he had. Oh, boo. Boo.
Oh, my. That's not pretty.
No.
That hitch in it reminds me of little Brad Mueller, who we saw here tonight, where just at the last minute.
Or Charles Barkley's golf swing.
A lot worse than Brad Mueller.
He's best. He's always looking to get busy. Little pass down low, Wiltshire. What a mismatch in height here. It's Joe Harris. Makes his chances. The ball away. Off the corner of the backboard. Kept alive. Oh, lovely. Rejected the shot there from Tommy Scrub, but did it illegally. The corner.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Yes, Greg Popovich. And he gives him a little hit to the head when he goes to check into the game. He gives Pop a little pat on the bots. Oh, dear.
Well, the Sydney fans have wanted to see Brook Lopez out here, and they've got their wish with a little over a minute remaining, and the USA up 23.
Please now get the big fella a touch. Let him shoot a three or bring the roof off the joint. I still don't know what's brought this on. Come on. I think I'm going to ask him. I think we need to find out. We need to get to the bottom of this, Drewy.
Fan favourite. Brook Lopez onto the floor. Margin 22. Pressure up the floor from Canada. Just giving Chris Middleton something to work against. Out of 8 from the field, Middleton. 8 boards though. Lopez, the fans go crazy. This is Derek White, picks up the dribble, harassed by Best, back to Lopez. And with the golden touch at the moment, White fires unsuccessfully. Wiltshire grabs the rebound. His third to go with 18 points. Here he is now. Wanting to take on Lopez. Gives up the dribble and goes to Aaron Best. The left-hander fires, and Aaron Best comes up with his first field goal of the game. So a rare three. Canada. It's their 5th three of the game. Second of the second half. First in this quarter. And the USA are 2 of 14 from deep. And they hit both of those in the first half.
14's a low number.
The way they were playing against Australia, as I mentioned. They have cracked that right back. Wiltshire against Lopez. Now chance for Kijami King. Back to Wiltshire, who fires, knocks down the three. He's got 21 to lead on scorers. The margin has cut to 16. Canada on a 7-0 run here. Shot clock and game clock almost in unison. Mitchell, Middleton. Surely we got to run the play. Lopez. Derek White with it. The clock roll down here. They're off. Now to sink again. Harris. They're not even going to throw it up here. A shot clock violation. And there must be alarm bells ringing for Team USA on what they are serving up here, less than a week away from the World Cup in China. After the event from Kijami King, with no danger of the result in terms of who was going to win, and it ends up being a 16-point margin in favour of the USA. Nice moment between NBA championship winning coaches Nick Nurse and Greg Popovich, but they have some work to do, the USA.
Canada as well, Case. I think that they would not be overly inspired about their performance here tonight either. They've been in Australia for quite some time, had a bit of a break since their last game, and they would have been expecting a better performance, only shooting at 33% from the field. That's not going to get it done, and even more disappointing, 6 of 24 from the three-point line, so they've got a lot to ponder as well.
Well, the margin got out to as many as 24 in that final turn with a shot clock violation. In fact, 2 of them, if you count the one on the buzzer there, which was really had no consequence on it. But Canada outscores the USA 21-20 to win the final quarter. But I'm going to say, if they were looking to grab some confidence on their way to China in the World Cup, well, they didn't find it here in Australia.
No, I think that the Australians would be happy to see how Canada progressed. You look at the first game where Canada beat Australia by 20, and you look at the progress Australia has made over the next couple of games as compared to what we see from Canada, that all looking a whole lot more healthier for Australia than what we saw a little over 12 days ago.
Now, I know you're trying to play it down, but this is Well, this is going to be news right around the world. Team USA and their form leading into the World Cup. Right now, there is 6 or maybe more countries who think that they're good enough to win the gold medal. Perhaps that was the case before what we've seen from Team USA in the last couple of games. There's the man, Lopez. Well, let's get to Shane Hill with some post-game reaction courtside.
Well, I've got Miles Turner. Mate, you're a superstar tonight. 15 boards. Playing a little bit of a lone hander in the middle.
Yeah, man, that's my role on this team. Come out here, provide energy. I want to be that guy. So, whatever it takes to win, that's what I'm going to do.
You guys were much better at the defensive end tonight, only giving up 68 points.
Yeah, man, we really locked in. I think last game was a wake-up call for us. And, we kind of took that to heart, and we came out here and performed.
Hey, you played so well. What's going on with all the love for Lopez? Where's your love?
Big fella, man. Hey, I love it, man. Big fella shooting threes. Big fella out here working, man. He deserves all the love he can get, man.
Might be part Australian, I reckon.
Hey, man, he's real popular, man.
Good on you. Congratulations on tonight. Thank you.
Cam, not the results you wanted, but at least you came to Australia. You're 3-2. How you feeling overall?
I feel decent. We got a lot of work to do. Luckily, this is only exhibition games, and we can regroup, execute better, and get ready for the World Cup.
You're leaving a couple of days to get to the World Cup in China. How confident are you guys, despite this loss, how confident are you guys going in and getting a medal?
Oh, very confident. The whole point of this is to have guys who want to play for the country. We have 12, 13 guys right now that want to play for the country. And like I said, we're going to regroup, execute, and hopefully we do well in the World Cup.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, got Jaylen Brown, mate. You were sensational tonight at the offensive end. How'd you feel?
Felt good. Just coming out, trying to play my game, be aggressive. We got a lot of work to do.
How's it been, though, trying to fit in? You know what you can do at the offensive end. Tonight, you were able to have 19.7 from 11 from the field. Does it take some time?
It's definitely going to take some time. It's a process, but we got to speed up that learning curve. We can't have any drop-offs. We have a great responsibility on our shoulders, so we got to come out and play really good basketball.
Where would you rank yourselves at the moment? How much more improvement do you reckon you need to win gold?
We got a lot of room for growth, and it's going to be good when it comes all together, but we got to keep working, keep watching film, and hold each other accountable. The sky's the limit for this group. We just got to be able to lock in and believe in each other.
Well done tonight, mate. Good luck in the World Cup.
Well, in the final analysis, a 16-point win for Team USA. They led by 11 at quarter time, 15 at the half, 17 at three-quarter time. Canada wins the last quarter 21-20 to bring it back to 16, but that was far from impressive. They've got some work to do, all right, as we head toward the World Cup. But stay with us here. Going to come back with some analysis of the game, some stats, some highlights, and a whole lot more here from Kios Bank Arena in Sydney.
Everybody was going nuts. I was losing in the 10th frame. Had to get 3 strikes in a row in order to try to win it.
Wait, you never played for the Bucks?
What?
Wow. Don't worry, I can help with this.
Seems word sure spread far and wide. Red Bull gives you wings.
Home. It's so much more than a house. It's your own freshly cut fairway. For over 30 years, Rocket Mortgage has helped millions of Americans finance the home of their dreams. So you can focus on making your house home. Rocket Mortgage. Push button, get mortgage.
Lowe's is kicking off Labor Day savings early to help you get a jump start on your projects, like up to 40% off select appliances. And Valspar Paint Plus Primer starting at $19.98 a gallon. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. At Metro, the best deal in wireless just got better. Who's up for that? Switch and get 2 lines for just $80 with a full Amazon Prime membership included.
Sounds great.
Plus, now get 2 free Samsung Galaxy A20 phones with huge HD screens.
That's a huge win.
So you can enjoy the biggest shows on the newest device.
Perfect!
Metro has the best deal. 2 lines plus 2 free phones for $80 with Amazon Prime included. Only at Metro.
I'm finding it hard to stay on top of things.
A faster laptop could help. Plus, tech support to stay worry-free.
Worry-free. Boom.
Boom!
Now get 10 reams of paper, only $34.99. $34.99 at Office Depot, Office Max, or OfficeDepot.com.
Attention, IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes, only $6.99.
24 on the clock. He pushes down court, splits the defense. Look at that crossover. Changes direction, goes around the back. With 10 seconds to win it, he's got to make a decision. He draws contact. He goes up and under. It's good. What an incredible finish.
When freedom is threatened around the world, when floodwaters rise, and wildfires rage, wherever the fight, whoever the enemy, when America needs her best, she sends a soldier. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
Just could not get enough of Brook Lopez here this evening. Didn't even have to get on the floor, and they wanted it, they called for it, and Coach Popovich eventually obliged. Lopez came out and set the crowd alight here because, to be honest, folks, there wasn't a whole lot to get excited about there. Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, a couple of big dunks, but they were unimpressive, and they've got a lot of work to do, the USA.
Mate, what do we miss with Lopez?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Wayne.
The crowd absolutely loved him. Pop ended up buying in, which was the funny thing, because that is so unlike Pop. And I reckon Pop knows they've got some problems. They've got a lot of work to do, and they're going to need to show a lot of improvement. In saying that, we said that about the Aussie Boomers in Game 1 against Canada. We saw their improvement over a week, but the United States are going to have that sort of improvement as this tournament goes on.
Yeah, it wasn't all that inspiring, was it? And I think it's just continuing to find the balance. We saw against Australia a lot of three-point field goal attempts. Tonight, 14 or 15 three-point field goal attempts. So it looks like they made a conscious decision to say, hey, let's get on the rim. Let's not live and die by the
thoughts, weren't they? With the turnovers, they looked like they were fumbling.
Well, when they were doing that,
cohesion,
they're trying to create off the dribble. I think that's what caused a lot of the turnovers. So they've got to find that balance somewhere in there. They talk about saying, well, we've got time. Well, the whole thing starts in 6 days, so they don't have a whole lot of time to right some of the wrongs, but it can turn real quickly when you've got that elite talent. So that's what they'd be hoping for.
And the tone of the interview with Jaylen Brown, I think, was leading down that path as well. But someone who did light it up in the last quarter was Kyle Wiltshire. Had 11 of his 21 in the fourth, and Corey Williams spoke with him just after the whistle.
Despite the loss, great individual effort. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to see some shots in, but it's tough when we lose like that. But for us, this is practice, so we just want to get better for China.
Overall, rate your Australian experience.
10 out of 10, man. I love Australia. Beautiful country. We appreciate the hospitality. It's a beautiful place.
Hey, good luck. Good luck in China.
I appreciate it, fam.
Has been impressed with Kyle Wiltshire right from Game 1 against Australia in Perth a week ago, and he's not afraid to let it fly either.
No, he was good, but he didn't have a lot of friends tonight. Not too many people could make baskets, and just a lot of easy ones that we've seen them make against Australia and also New Zealand. So Coach will be hoping that's more an aberration and that they'll get back on the horse next week. And let's just hope they shoot like that again in 7 days, because it's against the Boomers.
Well, that's true. And I guess also you think, well, here's Canada going up against Big Brother, and the nerves to start the game. They got off to a poor shooting start. They got a little bit better, but not great. Donovan Mitchell got things going from the three-point line, and then it's these guys like Pangos and that's really had to get things going. But there was an example of what's happening. Sometimes there's some really good penetration, really good shots that didn't drop, and then there was other times it's just some poor decisions. We're speaking and focusing a lot on the United States, but I think also Canada will go away and look at the tape and say, well, there's a stack of room
for improvement with us. That so far, I think, has been their one of their worst performances here, albeit there's not a large sample size.
Yeah, their shooting percentage was woeful here tonight, in the 20s through the first half, eventually lifting it up to the low 30s by the end of the game. It took them 3 minutes to score, though, so right, as you say, Andrew, that there was certainly plenty of work for Canada to do.
And I think one of the keys for Australia going into that first game is concentrating on Pangos. He was not into it tonight, didn't shoot the ball well at all. We've seen when Canada plays well, he generally comes out and gets them going early. Have a look at that. Wilshire spoke about his performance, being able to get 21 points on the board. Birch as well. He missed a few easy ones you'd expect him to make. Brown was exceptional. Mitchell was good in the first half, not so much in the second half, but again, they're trying to find their roles, trying to share the ball, but so many turnovers that you don't expect from a team like the United States.
2 of 14 threes.
Yeah, that's right. That's alarming, but also when I guess if the United States will say Canada so far from what we've seen have been able to put some points on the board, and they did a very good job holding them to only 32% overall from the field and 25%. But look at the rebounding count there as well. That is an absolute smashing in favour of the United States. And you talk about that leadership. I think you're spot on, Hammer, as far as Pangos and what he means to this team. And a lot depends now. Have we heard some word about where is Corey Joseph coming along?
He'll be in China.
So he'll make a difference.
And O'Shea Brissett was certainly missed tonight as well, and there is doubt about him going to be able to get to China in terms of that injury. We'll be back with more here from Kudos Bank Arena in just a moment. The USA have won it here by 16.
Are you a basketball fan?
Yeah.
That is a Metro Pass that Clyde Drexler stepped on. And that is a box set. The Benny the Bull's short-lived sitcom, That's Bull. And my favorite, a 95 Houston Rockets autograph poster. Autographed it myself. Some right hand, some left. Gotta make them look different.
Just okay is not okay. Whether it's sports, memorabilia, or your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. More for your thing. That's our thing.
3, 2, 1.
Introducing the limited edition Budweiser Discovery Reserve, brewed to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. An American red lager with a light hoppy aroma, followed by a hint of coffee and a crisp finish. Inspired by our archival recipe from the time of the Apollo missions.
Miracles. What we deliver by delivering.
Who are you? I am failure. Failure. I thought I defeated you. Perhaps. But more success sows more doubt. That doesn't concern me. Your weakness should concern you. I still remember how to beat you.
Lowe's is kicking off Labor Day savings early to help you get a jump start on your projects. Like up to 40% off select appliances. And Valspar Paint Plus Primer starting at $19.98 a gallon. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
PetSmart's Labor Day sale is fun for everyone. Buy 2, get 1 free on our entire stock of toys and treats for your playful pups, your curious cats, and all your pets. This Labor Day weekend at PetSmart.
It's 8 p.m. on a Saturday. We gotta go. The guys are waiting. Here. Mulch Pies.
Bring back potato skins.
This is a payday bar. It has a truckload of peanuts and a caramel core that gets the job done. It's 10.5 centimeters of awesome. Unless you get the king size, which is 14.7 centimeters of, oh yeah. Payday. Get to it.
I'm fine.
finding it hard to stay on top of things.
A faster laptop could help. Plus, tech support to stay worry-free.
Worry-free. Boom.
Boom!
Now get 10 reams of paper, only $34.99. $34.99 at Office Depot, Office Max, or OfficeDepot.com.
You're right.
Spicy tuna roll.
Sushi.
Sashimi cream.
With the Grubhub delivery app, if you want it all,
Delivery for Troy.
you can get it all. Grubhub. Restaurants you love delivered.
Arena here as we wrap up what has been an outstanding 7 games in 11 days from Perth to Sydney, from Melbourne, then back here to the Harbour City to wrap it up between the USA and Canada, with the USA winning by 16 points. What a privilege it's been to have Team USA, Canada, New Zealand and Australia all battling away here a week out from the 29th FIBA World Cup in China. And of the 4 teams we've covered during this series, gentlemen, tell me your thoughts on those 4 and who do you think might be the gold medalist in China?
Well, I'm not sure about the gold medalists, but I'm a whole lot more confident about our Boomers now. I really think we'll medal. There's no doubt that America's going to medal, but they've got a long way to go. They're vulnerable, and basketball has been the winner over the last 11 days. We've had a lot of fun.
Having to play France and Germany, if they get through, carry that win over, it's going to be still a real tough ask. But if they do get there, and these guys are there, they're not going to be intimidated by it. But I'm with you, Hammer. 20,000 people thereabouts in Perth, 103,000 people in Melbourne, another 18,000 people here. I tell you what, this game is kicking along very, very nicely, and congratulations to the Australian public coming out and supporting these great teams.
There's certainly an advantage for the Boomers who left today. They've got a head start on these 2 teams as well.
Oh, and I think they've left with a positive mindset as well. They'll do their research. They'll be ready for Canada. No doubt they'll watch game tape about tonight.
And Drew, you'll be off to China. Looking forward to it?
I'm really looking forward to it. I won't get to see a lot of the Australians, but I'll do enough scouting for them with France and Germany to hopefully help them out.
We look forward to your input there. Trust you've enjoyed our coverage from Sydney. On behalf of all the hard-working team, I'm John Casey. We'll see you again soon here.
Attention, IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes, only $6.99.
Whose dog is this?
It's my special friend Antonio. His luxurious fur calms my nerves when I'm worried about moving into our new apartment.
Why don't we just ask Geico for help with renter's insurance?
I didn't know Geico helps with renter's insurance.
Yeah, and we could save a bunch too.
Antonio, fetch computer. Antonio. I'll get it.
Get to know Geico and see how much you could save on renter's insurance.
You're a big deal to us, so we've got big deals for you. Build up your fall wardrobe during the big deal event at Men's Warehouse this Labor Day. Suits start at $179.99. Dress and woven shirts are 3 for $99.99. Plus, take an extra 40% off select clearance items. Only at Men's Warehouse.
At Safe Light Auto Glass, we really pride ourselves on making it easy for you to get your windshield fixed. With Safe Light, you can see exactly when we'll be there, saving you time for what you love most.
It's 8 p.m. on a Saturday. We gotta go. The guys are waiting. Here. Watch Spies.
Bring back potato skins.
I'm finding it hard to stay on top of things.
A faster laptop could help. Plus, tech support to stay worry-free.
Worry-free. Boom.
Boom! Now get 10 reams of paper, only $34.99. $34.99 at Office Depot, Office Max, or OfficeDepot.com.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? That is Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
Lowe's is kicking off Labor Day savings early to help you get a jump start on your projects. Like up to 40% off select appliances. And Valspar Paint Plus Primer starting at $19.98 a gallon. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
So, how are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 5. 1 to 5? It's more like 5 million. There's everything from happy to extremely happy. There's also angry.
Really angry, Clive.
Actually, really angry. Thank you. But what if your business could understand what your customers are feeling and then do something about it? Turn problems into opportunities.
Thanks, guys.
Customers into fanatics. Change the whole experience.
All right, who wants to go again?
I have a really good feeling about this.
Now there's a steal by Burr. Underneath the DJ lane. One play by Burr.
Gets it into Miller for the win.
Then you got Miller, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good! Take it inside. Here's Clayton at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win!
The minute the Lakers captured the NBA crown last year, the question became, could they do it again? Now the defending champions are up against it. Instead of contemplating back-to-back titles for the first time in 17 years, the Lakers are one game away from playoff extinction. A loss tonight, and it's over. The Houston Rockets have been riding the strong and determined shoulders of the NBA's latest phenomenon. Underdogs at the start, the Rockets now sense they can take their place among the league's best. Houston is ready to deliver a knockout punch tonight, brimming with a confidence that's been building each game. Tip-off is moments away. It's the last time tonight the Lakers can be alone with their thoughts, wondering if they can take the first step in turning around this Western Conference Finals. Possible change in matchups we might see, Tommy?
It's been rumored that perhaps Kareem will match up one-on-one with Olajuwon.
That'll be interesting, and we'll see if it happens. Meanwhile, the Lakers win the tip. They go right to Kareem. That's the way to get the crowd going.
Well, he's their number one set offensive player in the low post.
And he is guarding Olajuwon. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, center against center.
He'll have a tough time physically blocking out Olajuwon tonight.
Lewis Lloyd hitting from the corner, and it's tied 2-2. Capacity crowd, and they're armed with all kinds of posters and signs to urge the Lakers on. Lloyd is on Magic Johnson. Looking inside for Kareem, double teamed with Reed and Sampson. Good passing by the Lakers. Worthy.
Immediately, the Lakers aware of the weak side of their offense, something that they have not been aware of the last two games.
That's the side away from the ball. And they haven't gotten much production from the likes of Cooper and Scott there. And then we'll have a foul away from the ball called against the Lakers. And the foul is against Kurt Rambis. Pat Riley says, I wouldn't be so quick to start shoveling dirt on us.
We're going to make them concerned with what we do rather than the other way around.
Sampson missed. Magic goes in. The shot is blocked out of bounds. Still Laker ball. And Magic might have gotten hit in the head momentarily.
That fast break by the Lakers has been the hallmark of what they do best. They have not really been able to get it going consistently for an entire game.
Worthy finds Scott. Scott has been a streak shooter, and he loses the ball out of bounds. He really hasn't gotten in rhythm. And on the turnover, with less than 2 minutes gone by in the opening period, Reed and McRae, the two ball handlers for Houston. Robert Reed
three. It hits outside, and that's what's done it for the Rockets, as you pointed out.
That is a big shot to start out hitting the outside shot as you're trying to feed the low post.
Lewis Lloyd is hurting. He got hit in the eye, and now it's 5 against 4 for the Lakers. Byron Scott goes for a three-pointer and misses. James Worthy is there, and he's fouled. Lewis Lloyd got hit. Took him a while to get to the forecourt. Here's how it happened.
Well, he tried to make a steal and just ends up with an elbow in the face. The official cannot call a timeout because the Rockets did not have possession of the ball.
1-point game. A little more than a minute and a half gone by. Opening period, game number 5. Magic doubling on Akeem. Reed missing there. Loose ball, and here are the Lakers. Scott in the lane. Lewis Lloyd coming right back for Houston with under 10 minutes to go in the first period. The Lakers by 3. Here's Sampson inside against Kareem, and a tremendous move for Ralph.
They've been trying to go at Kareem in every ball game early, no matter who he's guarding.
Randall going strong. Kareem tries to keep it alive, and he does.
Dick, that should silence the critics of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We haven't seen him do this an awful lot, but he is determined he's going to give it his best effort tonight. And when he offensive rebounds like that, the Lakers can really win this ball game.
Ralph Sampson commits the foul, and the Lakers lead by 4, and maybe he's responding to criticism by Wilt Chamberlain. And he really took some shots at Kareem today, and we'll talk more about that. Lewis Lloyd getting it inside to Akeem. Akeem loses his footing and steps out of bounds. There's the way they've been shooting early on in the ball game. Houston has hit 2 outside shots. Sampson has had an inside move, and the Lakers look like they're inspired.
The Lakers have diversified their offense a lot.
Knocked away by Akeem, who picks it up on the turnover. Akeem Olajuwon, who leads Houston in steals, has another one. Lloyd, long range. Worthy. The Lakers have a 4-on-2. And Bill Fitch wants a timeout. Good move by Bill here. Abdul-Jabbar has 7 of the Lakers' 12 points.
I'm finding it hard to stay on top of things.
A faster laptop could help. Plus, tech support to stay worry-free.
Worry-free. Boom.
Boom!
Now get 10 reams of paper, only $34.99. $34.99 at Office Depot, Office Max, or OfficeDepot.com.
Chili's 3 for $10 is so easy peasy. Starter, entree, and drink for always $10. No strings attached, no hoops and no hurdles. We're not an obstacle course, we're a Chili's. 3 for $10, baby, bucks, baby, bucks. Together with Chili's, oh yeah, baby, yeah.
Lowe's knows you're the powerhouse who does it right, who knows the right tool has no equal. As a leader in outdoor power equipment, we do it right too, so you can show your yard who's boss. Now get this Craftsman gas blower for just $99. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Hey, you gonna do this or what? You gotta do it. And keep doing it. Do it big. Hit it. Step it up. Always take the risk. Don't just watch it. Put your phone down and do it. Drip splash like the ice on the wrist. That's a call I can't miss. Do what they say you can. Because there are those who don't and those who do. Let's do.
At Safe Light Auto Glass, we really pride ourselves on making it easy for you to get your windshield fixed.
Turn in your science papers.
This teacher always puts her students first.
I do mine a little. You did? Oh, I can't wait to read it.
So when she had auto glass damage, she chose Safe Light. With Safe Light, she could see exactly when we'd be there.
You must be Pascal.
Yes, ma'am. Saving her time. So she can save the science project.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
I wish I could shake your hand.
Granted. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.